Okay. What's up, y'all? Just dropping in to say hello. Hey, Black Jewel. Hey. I'm not going to stay on long. Y'all know we're still doing our fasting. I really just wanted to come on and encourage everybody, and especially those that's going through this 10-week, not 10-week, 10-hour fast. I know it's challenging. It's definitely challenging. And just know, I just want you guys to know that I'm praying for y'all. I'm hoping you guys praying for me. I'm still praying that Kanika gets the justice that she deserves. I'm still praying for revelations pertaining to this case. And I'm going through a real spiritual warfare over here. To the point to where I just decided to not really come on YouTube and not really air my dirty laundry, and just kind of, I guess, take a beating or dish out a beating behind the scenes, if you guys get what I'm saying. So that's why I haven't really been on as much as, but I wanted to just come in, and I'm nervous, y'all. Y'all know I get nervous every time I go on. I had to say a quick prayer, and I'm nervous because I'm still not really comfortable with the whole public speaking thing. And on top of that, I kind of feel like I don't really have a strong audience on YouTube. I know I have you guys. I have some loyal subs, but I don't really feel like I have a strong audience. I kind of feel like a lot of people rather be entertained than find out the truth, than really search for truth. And I believe that's probably, the foundation of YouTube, where I was established in the first place to be an entertainment platform. You get what I'm saying? And I realized that because of who I am, I came right in. I dived right into this case and, made my presence on YouTube known, by really expressing myself through my emotions and my heart. And I've learned, as I've been fasting and going through this battle, I've learned that the war is not really on my heart. It's on my mind. The enemy is fighting me because of what I know. Okay, so it have nothing to do with who I am personally. It's about what I know. Okay, and so I realized that I really had to really get myself together, like, get myself a head exam. I had to get myself mentally prepared. I didn't realize this at first, going into this fast and everything, or going into this case. I didn't realize I had to really get myself mentally prepared for this, as well as spiritually. And it's, I had to really get myself mentally, and I wasn't. So I have taken a serious beaten by the enemy. I have lately. I didn't really want to give energy to it, but I have. And I have been struggling lately. I have. But I have not given up. I have not given up at all. If I have to spend 6 or 8 hours just crying, on my face crying, that's what I do. So I have not given up. But I realized that, yeah, this fast was, really initially for answers for Kanika, but I'm really going through a transformation. I'm really going through something personally in my life. God is really doing something, with me. And for me, it's different. It's uncomfortable, it's challenging. Sometimes it's painful. So, and I had this thing where I just withdraw myself a lot when I go through, trials and tests. And as a matter of fact, I want to share with y'all too. I was going through a test that I didn't even know was a test, during this fasting. I was actually looking like God, why aren't you covering me during the times that I'm in here on my face and I'm in here praying and I'm in here meditating and I'm in here praising and I'm in here, you know, why is these attacks, you know, steady happening? You know, why aren't you really covering me? Then I just found out today that that whole situation was for a purpose. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was really in a test and didn't even realize it. So I'm actually going through something, you know, so my fast and everything, you know, like I said, I do believe that God will reward me in the end for everything that I'm asking for, which is more answers for this case, which is justice for Kenneka. But I do believe that I'm going through a wilderness experience. If you guys know what I'm saying, and if you guys are feeling it too, I just wanted to come on here and encourage y'all and let y'all know that I'm praying with y'all. I'm praying y'all through this wilderness experience. Those that's really doing this for real, or those who just, you know, forget the fast. If you just really been crying out to God just for changing your life or just in what's going on in the world today, you know, I just want you to understand sometimes it gets worse before it gets better, before it gets greater, you know, and we have to go through a wilderness experience and we have to be exposed to things that we don't really want to be exposed to. And we have to go through those tests, trials, and tribulations. You know, when we sometimes we just seeking the results, we just seeking the blessing, but we have to actually go through this storm in order to get it. And that storm is so uncomfortable and it's painful, and you know, but stand strong in it. You know, fall down if you have to, but stand back up. You know what I'm saying? Don't give up. I've told you guys in the very beginning, I've actually, you know, told my family, I prayed. I just made a vow to not give up. You know, I knew this day was coming for me to enter into this fast. And I said, you know, I really can't see, you know, what it's going to be like, you know, but I'm going to make sure I don't give up. So I've been strong and not giving up. But I do want to let you guys know that it has been rocky. I'm not going to come on here and I'm not going to act like everything is always peaches and cream, because that's not who I am. I'm 100%. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm going to tell it, I'm going to tell the truth about it. You see what I'm saying? And if I decide not to, you know, speak on it, I just won't speak on it at all. But I would never come in and feed y'all some bull, you know? So it's been challenging, but we have been getting through it. You know, today has been the start of my, I'm thinking you guys too, the start of my 10 hours. So right now I'm fasting while I'm talking to you guys. So I didn't really want to come on here, but I did want to check in on everybody before, you know, my husband got home, just got the kids back in school. So I needed the extra time to, you know, get my babies together. So, but I wanted to come in here and drop in on everybody before my husband got home and I had to, you know, shift gears. So I'm going to drop in and read the chat room and hear what you guys got to say. I want you guys to know I love y'all. I'm praying for y'all. And I do want to tell y'all this fasting or everything we do in our prayers, everything, none of this stuff is going in vain. I have gotten a lot of revelation when it comes to this case. Okay, I promise you guys, I will deliver. I will deliver. God is really showing me something and really using me. But the thing is, I want you guys to understand, I really just don't feel comfortable with presenting everything. And I can't even say 100% facts, because who really have that? It was a cover up. You see what I'm saying? But I don't even feel comfortable presenting what I do have on YouTube as much as I did before, because I kind of see a lot of fakery, you know, and I knew it was a lot of fakery in the beginning, but I guess I kind of just got focused and I just focused on the, you know, the information at hand. But now that I've been, you know, mixing and mingling and bouncing around on YouTube and, you know, watching other people's video and seeing other people's content and just trying to involve myself a little bit more, I noticed it was a lot of more fakery than I thought. And I said, man, I just don't have time to go back and forth. I don't have time to be in this circus. I don't want to insert myself into a circus. If you guys get what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? And it's a circus act all around this baby name. Like her name have turned into a hashtag. Her name have turned into a brand. you know, her, you know, and it's a gang, her name have turned into a movement, you know, and I think we kind of get lost in the fact that this was a real human being. This is a real young lady, a real girl that lost her life. And I question a lot of people's sincerity, you know, so I'm like, I don't know if I want to step into the ring with a bunch of frauds, you know what I'm saying? You know, so I feel like my only, I guess, defense a lot is really to kind of build behind the scenes and to keep praying and to keep believing and to keep meditating. And I'm still in the fight. I'm still in the fight. You see what I'm saying? But I just don't really want to, I don't really feel comfortable, you know, playing games and being a part of this little circus act that everybody do surrounding this baby name. So that's the reason why I don't jump on YouTube as much. And I hope you guys don't think it have anything to do with Kanika real people and, you know, my loyal people, because they don't at all. You know, if I could, or if I did feel comfortable enough to come on here and talk to y'all every day, I would. But that's not the case, you know. So I just don't want y'all to take it personal, because I absolutely love y'all and I'm absolutely praying for y'all, and I'm absolutely praying that God give all of us the revelation and the hope that we've been longing for almost a year. Her anniversary is coming up. You know, we have a spiritual memorial, so I'm getting prepared for that. I'm not going to let Satan defeat me. I don't care how many punches I got to take, and I mean spiritually, whoopings I got to take. I don't care, you know, I'm not going to let him destroy me. I'm not going to let him stop me. Like, well, I'm going to keep fighting. You know, I'm going to encourage you guys to keep fighting too. I'm encouraging you guys to keep fighting too, because justice is near, y'all. It's near. It has to come into this world, because that is what's going to defeat Satan. It has to come. Good evening, Joyce. Good evening, Joyce. I'm getting there, honey. Kanisha, love you. Love y'all. Krista, love you, honey. Doc Sona rocks. That's my girl. Hey, Truth Seeker. Hey, Siobhan. Hey, T. It is. It is. It's a big psychological battle. It really is. It really is. I guess I didn't really understand that part of it. You know what I'm saying? You know, when I say spiritual warfare, I just say spiritual warfare. But I guess I didn't understand the fact that, you know, when the devil attacks you, he really attacks your mind. You know what I'm saying? And your mind is where you store your wisdom, or, you know, and it's just, and it seemed like to me, it's always a mental type of attack on me, because my heart is so solid and it's so pure. Like, I think God just really blessed me with a soft heart all day, you know, but really it'd be a mental battle. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all get what I'm saying as far as a mental battle? Even one of those, when I say mental battle, I can say you can think somebody is coming for you when they not, or somebody could be literally mentally trying to mess with your head. You know what I'm saying? And you know they are, but you trying to avoid it. You trying to cast it down, you know, it's mental battles, you know, and I've been really going through it. So I realized, like, okay, the attack is on my mind, because, you know, that's where my wisdom is stored. That's where my knowledge is stored. That's where I'm praying for understanding, you know, so. And like my grandma used to say, a man is a terrible thing to waste. So I'm like, nah, I wouldn't dare let Satan defeat me, you know, not one bit. Not one bit. It just got difficult, I guess, going into the 8 hours, you know. Well, actually, since the very beginning, but you know, yeah, since the very beginning. But going into the 8 hours, I think things kind of like took a even drastic turn, you know, and I'm like, wow, I didn't see this coming. But I realized it was also a test, you know. I didn't know in the beginning, but it was also a test too, you know. And I kind of think, you know, I failed in the sense of questioning God, why was this happening? But I passed in a sense of not giving up and continuing to fast, because what's stuck in my mind, for those who are, you know, spiritual or religious, what's stuck in my mind is the story of David, when David, you know, went to fasting and he went to praying, you know, for his baby or whatever that Bathsheba was carrying, and the baby ended up passing away, and he stopped fasting and praying, and God, you know, he got angry. Like, why would you stop fasting and praying? You know, so I didn't want, just because I was going through the episode, I didn't want to give up. You know what I'm saying? I thought about that scripture. I thought about that story. So I might not be saying it right, but you guys know what I'm talking about. But I, you know, my man just took me back to that story, and I'm like, I can't give up just because I'm angry right now. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm upset right now. And I didn't. And then come to find out, it was all a test. You know, it was all a test. So I thank God for those who are praying for the circle, because y'all, we need it. We definitely need it. Thanks, the hater. God bless you. God has been removing so much and strangely having me tune in on energies. I feel like it's a huge transition happening, and I'm not sure if how it may pertain to the case. I kind of feel like it's a huge shift happening in Olympia. I don't know if this is what you're talking about, but I know you're doing your fasting too. So pray for this too. I believe the shift that you feeling, I believe that justice is actually coming, you know, into the world, like real justice. You know what I'm saying? And I believe we also going to see a false peace, you know, a fake peace come, but I believe that a fake peace is going to come, and I believe justice is going to come. So I believe we do feel a shifting, and that's crazy that you said that, because I actually, every time I go in my closet, the songs that I'm playing in the background, I'm playing Shifting the Atmosphere, and I'm going into prayer, and in my mind, I'm helping to shift the atmosphere. I'm coming to alignment with, you know, all the other prayer warriors out there, you know, all of God, other children out there, you know, and we shift in the atmosphere together. You know, I have my candles going, and I'm like, Lord, it's time to shift the atmosphere. So I believe that right now, a lot of us have been awakened. Like, this is the time of the great awakening. Everybody have been awakened. And I think our spiritual antennas have been up more so than anything. And we just aligning together, and we are really shifting the atmosphere. And I've actually went to, you know, warfare and prayer in my closet, that some of these people, I was calling out names, you know, Monifa, Shemaiah, that some of these people that they actually feel in their heart, you know what I'm saying? That they feel this shift in their heart. They feel in their heart that they have to give up. They have to give it up, because they have to surrender. You know what I'm saying? So I've been really praying and calling out their names. So I'm really believing that what we actually seeing right now is his promises. It's coming through. Is really coming through, and it's a season for breakthrough and healing for a lot of people, you know, including myself. So we feeling that, but pertaining to this case, I think it's just gonna really, you know, it's gonna grab a lot of us who are awakened, and we're gonna realize, wow, you know, God did something huge, you know, in the name of Kanika, you know, pertaining to this case. He did something huge. He worked a miracle out. You know, he moved on her behalf. And once we acknowledge that and we recognize that, you know, that's gonna wake a lot of people up, especially the non-believers on this case that's been paying attention and lost and clueless. It's gonna wake a lot of people up. So I do believe that he's using this case as well, you know, to usher in justice. You know, justice, and to, you know, shine, to bring police on his name. You know, this is we are happening. Just block him. He come out. been in Chicago, shaking my head, too much going on. It's crazy. Yeah, I definitely saw that. And I've been covering Chicago too. I just want y'all to know I don't just follow Chicago because I'm trying to see what's going on. I'm nosy. And I don't get a thrill out of the things that I see in Chicago. I'm covering Chicago. Okay. And I'm bringing awareness to the things that's going on in Chicago, putting articles and stuff like that on my pages, but I'm bringing awareness to what's going on in Chicago. And y'all, please understand that we shouldn't just be looking and pointing and talking. We should be covering them in prayer, covering the city in prayer, y'all. That's our purpose. That's what we here for. So I'm not just talking about Chicago or reporting on Chicago. I'm praying for Chicago. I'm telling y'all, Detroit, New York, New Orleans. I mean, everybody everywhere. If he takes the mind, the body will follow. I rebuke him. Absolutely, Black Jew. He can't have my man, though. But absolutely. Hey, Lady T. Let's get her likes up, y'all. What's up, Joanna? Hey, honey name. Okay, let me read a little bit. I'm going to go up to what you said, CG. Yes, the fast people are going through is about the test and the cup you have to drink. Thanks for confirming that. Just tell Golden One that everything is a test and we got to drink that cup. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm telling you, we got to go through it. We got to go through it because I can't expect to get an outcome as great as I'm petitioning God for and not actually go through the wilderness experience. Like I'm really going through the wilderness experience. Let me tell y'all, let me clear this up too. I'm not going through the wilderness experience while I'm in my fast. Let me make that clear. While I'm fasting, for the most part, I am good. I am in worship. My head is good. I'm good. It is when I come off. Like I've never did a fast before. Let me just straighten this out from doing a time on and time off. My fast before, I have always done, days straight, like 5 days straight. And the most I've done was 14 days straight. I've never did time on and time off. What I'm doing right now for me is the most difficult because for me, I think I would have it would have been very hard for me to do 40 days straight. But what I'm saying, for me, doing straight days is always easier because once I'm in a spirit and once I'm just feeling good, it's like nobody can break that. I'm just cheerful. I'm on 10. Nobody can break that. I'm filled with joy. My spirit man is strong and I'm filled with faith and with hope. You know what I'm saying? But it's like once I have that time off, like we doing now with the, the time on and time off, it's the time off when the enemy comes swinging at me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, dang, I just call myself trying to stretch it a little bit longer, but he done came with his shenanigans. And now it's some stuff that I've been trying to avoid all day, but I really have to address concerning my house, I have to address it. So, going through, trying to get this house remodeled and a lot of stuff I'm trying to get up to date here and, and just going through like a lot of stress. And I'm like, wow, he is really trying to kick my butt, when I'm really, I guess, not in my, in my moment or in the spirit. That's when I really think he attacked me the most. So for me, doing a fast on and off is a little bit challenging for me. You know what I'm saying? I thank God that we decided to do it this way because it actually, this is my first time fasting for 40 days. And I do believe that something great is going to come out of it. But I didn't think like, dang, cover yourself when the hours you not fasting. And that's why I had to get off YouTube too, because the hours that I wasn't fasting, I was coming on YouTube, watching videos and things like that. And I was into it with people. I was snapping. I was like, because I'm getting ready to go into something, into a submission. So I can't have nobody taking me off my square. So I said, let me back up. Let me get off. Because, I think a lot of times you feel like you have to prove yourself to people. I've lived my whole life being who I am. I don't have to prove anything to nobody no more at this point in my life. You see what I'm saying? Like I've proven myself to be true. I've proven myself to be honest. I've proven myself to not be a punk. I've proven myself to be a fighter. I've proven myself to be a sweetheart. At this point in my life, I don't have to prove anything to nobody. I don't have, you know what I'm saying? So at this point, I'm like, what benefits me most is to probably take my L and go have several seats, because I know I'm doing this for a purpose. I know I'm going to, be stronger in the end, and I'm going to come out with the torch, holding the torch in the end, like Lady Justice. I know who I am. So at the end of the day, I don't have to prove myself to nobody at this point. Those that don't know me at this point, they don't need to know me. They don't need to know who I was. Put it like that. Just get to know who I'm becoming. So those that know me, back then, they have a story. They can write their own books about me. So I don't have to prove anything to anybody at this point, So I'm just like, I just felt that it was benefiting me more to not really, stick my nose where it don't belong, because I don't want it to get chopped off. And I'm not really in the business of trying to chop nobody else's off. I know that I'm powerful. I know I could chop your head off, but I don't have to prove that to you and nobody else. So for me, I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to stop sticking my nose in people's business and just stay in Malika's world and Malika's lane and do what God is really sanctioning me to do, So that's where I'm at with that. And it really feel good. Some real down to earth people, some people that really feel where I'm coming from and what I'm saying, Fred, hey, Fred, y'all pray for me to start a casino fast. Tired of dumping 400, 800 on these slots like it's monopoly money. Oh my God, Fred, yeah, I'm gonna pray for you. You can dump that $400 and $800 in some type of charity or something, because that's just ridiculous, Fred. I'm definitely gonna cover you in prayer when it comes to that, because there's so many people out here in need. Definitely gonna pray, because there's a lot of money. The casino don't know how to get you. Yeah, my mom worked at the casino for years, and I can definitely tell you, you're not gonna outbeat the casino. If anything, you're gonna get your little money back and probably win a little something to make you come back. This is my bottled water. Get into Gamblers Anonymous group if you need to. Sometimes it helps to know others have the same problem and you're not alone. That's for real, for real. That's straight up. That's for real. Here go my husband coming home. Hold on, y'all. Okay. All right, you guys. I'm not gonna be on long. And then I'm on my daughter's laptop, and she need her laptop back too. She got homework and stuff to do. I just really wanted to check in on everybody and make sure, and encourage everybody, and tell you guys to keep pushing, to keep praying, to keep hoping, to keep the faith. And justice is right around the corner. We will get answers. And somebody did, matter of fact, I don't know if I want to talk about it right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put together a video, a slideshow video, and we're going to discuss, or I'm going to do a live, and we'll do a live presentation, and we're going to discuss the dates, because I do want to discuss the dates of Irene party. I do want to discuss that with you guys and raise some questions. That, for me, that's the only thing that I'm really kind of laying the dumps about, just really that right there. As far as identifying the people, I pretty much already done that. And I'm very secure, very, very, very secure in my findings. you know, and I'm not gonna question what I've done this far and what God have exposed this far. Okay. So what I'm going to continue to do is continue to let the truth come to the light. You guys stay paying attention and peeping stuff, because people is going to keep coming back and they're going to confirm a lot of stuff that we've already known, we already said, and we've already discussed. But we are going to do a live presence so we can kind of really put and what's, you know, of when this party actually took place. And we're going to actually look at the old lives again, and we're going to, you know, just point stuff out. You know, are we looking at a reenactment, or are we looking at an actual event? Do you guys get what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to that day. I can't do it right now tonight because I have some things to do and some other stuff to discuss with my husband, but we are definitely going to do it maybe one day. To want to be 100% and have a lot of people, a lot of, you know, you guys is messaging me, and I just wanted to, it's a few of y'all that have messaged me about, you know, was it, you know, look, Malik, I really think it was on the 6th, or was it on the 6th, or what you think about the 6th, or what you think about the 7th. Well, keep in mind that Irene's actual birthday was September the 5th, you know, so you know, we really need to discuss events, you know, from, you know, to, in my mind, what I believe from September the 5th through the 8th. You know, I think we actually need to start with the 5th, you know, because like I actually spoke with one of my subs, and I told her, I said, for Kanika to have used the 6th theory at 1:30 p.m., that's an early check-in. You know, normally you can't check into the hotel until like after 2, you know, 2 p.m. So did that, you know, whoever she went to go see, of course, probably Irene, but did she have that room the night before? This, you see what I'm saying? If she got that room for so many days, then you can understand why somebody is at the hotel checking in at 1 p.m. You know, other than that, I really can't see it, because the hotel, especially as the Crown Plaza, they don't normally let you check in before 2 o'clock, you know, before again. So if Kanika was there on the 6th at 1:30 p.m., you know, to me, that would mean that the person had the room the night before and had it for a few days. You see what I'm saying? So that's the reason why she was there. So, and that would make sense, because Irene's birthday was the night before. So we have a lot to talk about and a lot to discuss. I'm gonna bring some pictures up, and we're gonna have a conversation on it maybe in a few days. And I think I'm going to do the evenings now versus the mornings until I get me some more equipment, because I'm using my daughter's stuff. So she's in the school during the day. I'll see later your voice and say bless. Yes, you too, CG. You too. Hello, I've been checking for your lives. Hi, Deanna. Hi. Yeah, we're in the process of fasting, you know, for those who are new, we're in the process of doing our fast. And for me, it just benefit me more to kind of stay off YouTube, you know, not really during my fast, because I'm good while I'm fasting, but really during the times that I'm off, you know, our off times, because I have a tendency of battling my flesh and probably cussing people out and stuff like that. And I'm really trying to work on myself, and I'm really trying to allow God to work on me. So I'm trying to be humble and not really, you know, get all in the flesh and stuff like that. So during the times that I'm not fasting, I'm trying to just stay off. You know, if y'all see me on YouTube, it's because I'm playing music, you know. Other than that, and I'm commenting on the channels of the gospel music that I'm playing. Other than that, I just stay away for right now. But we coming into our 40 days. We coming into Kanika's anniversary, her memorial anniversary. And I believe that it's going to go down. I believe that's when a lot of revelation is going to pour out, because I don't think it was just something that we petitioned God for. I actually believe it was a part of his will, you know, for all things to be exposed. You know, so, you know, now just that was really getting into a place that should be submitting ourselves to. You the one that have the answers. You the one is the know all, you know, all seeing God. So, you know, once we acknowledge that, I believe now, and we come together as a people, I believe now we can actually get that revelation that we wanted, you know, and put this stuff together, close this case, you know, get this girl truth out, you know, make sure she get her justice, and we good, you know, God's will. But I wholeheartedly, with my whole being, that this is God's will. And that's probably why we facing the attacks that we facing going through this fast. You know what I'm saying? That's why we going through it. That's what I want this information to come out. Dewey Melissa. Hey, Melissa. He do not want this information to come out. But keep fighting, y'all. Don't stop. Keep fighting. Today is our first 10 hours. Some might start yesterday, but I'll start on Tuesday because we started our fast on Tuesday. So, but yeah, so today is our 10-hour fast. And I just want to tell you guys, you know, just give y'all a little boost of confidence. I'm here with y'all. Y'all girl is still, I'm still in it. Ain't no stopping me now. We didn't come too far. We've come too far. We've come too far. And I really do feel like a lot of people is going to come into the revelation that we've already came to. I've been on YouTube for probably about 7 to 8 months. And I noticed just going back, watching my videos, because I went back, you know, and just started watching my old videos. And when I was really just getting into it, just getting involved, because I know it was more of God and less of me in the very beginning. So I started going back to that when I was starting to, you know, when I came out the gate saying 2 rooms, and I believe that they had both these rooms. When I came out the gate saying it was more than one day, it was, you know, a few days. They had, like, I just started going back to all of that, you know, and listening to everything. And I'm like, dang, like a lot of, like everything I was saying still, like everything was just really connecting. Everything lines up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I did have one video where I was actually talking about, and I tried to make that make sense. I'm like, God, you know, what was you really pointing out there? How do it add up to what we know now to be true? So I went back to that video where he was actually, you know, showing us the wooded area and a double tree and all of that. And I started saying to myself, well, if she was here for more than one day, then this connects with this too, with everything else. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, if she was actually there for more than one day, then that could be the reason why the police even mentioned, you know, the other hotel, the DoubleTree. You see what I'm saying? Because, you know, in them amounts of, and I was also even praying like, okay, so did Kanique, and I'm gonna say this to y'all before I end it, because I'm just letting y'all know where I'm at, really in my mind, really trying to put everything together that I've been working on in the last 9-10 months. Or have I been on this case that long? No, I think I've been on this case for like 7 months. I don't know. But anyway, just this is where I had really came to just trying to really put everything together. I'm like, okay, so, and I'm asking questions. I'm not saying this is, you know, 100%. I'm just asking questions. But I said, dang, so did she show up to her girl's party, you know, on the 6th? Irene had the room the night before, you know, on her birthday. Probably brought it in on her birthday or whatever. And so I said to myself, did she show up at her girl's party on the 6th at 1:30 in an Adidas jacket, like the last time Lenora saw her? Did she have on an Adidas jacket the last time Lenora saw her? And did she show up there on the 6th in that jacket? But did she have a duffel bag knowing she was going to be staying the night? I mean, just like, you know, if anybody, friends or whatever, you know, have a room party for a few days, you know, did she know she was going to be staying the night? And did she, you know, eventually at some point change into a blue jean outfit? You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to wonder, you know, like everything, I'm trying to really put everything together because, you know, and also I'm thinking like, and if it was days and not just a day, but if it was actually days, then I can say, okay, well, that revelation and all the evidence and everything we got as far as, you know, the wooded area and them taking her to the DoubleTree, you know, could this been events and things that happened prior to her ending up and walking down that, you know what I'm saying, walking down them halls and ending up in that freezer? So it would make sense if she was actually there for days. You guys get what I'm saying? It would make sense. Like if she was there for a few days, it would make sense that she partied at the DoubleTree. It would make sense that, you know, she ended up changing her clothes. It would make sense that if you guys get what I'm saying. So, like I said, this is just questions that I'm really asking myself and really trying to make sense of everything. You see what I'm saying? And leave really nothing out there, you know, but even, and it don't have to make sense for YouTubers. I'm not doing this for YouTubers. I'm doing this for the FBI or CIA or whoever, you know, gonna end up looking at what we doing. So I'm like I said, I'm trying to make sense of everything, you know, and it could be possible. It's very much possible that she was there for some days and not just, okay. It's very much possible on that last day, something went down, you know, the rape went down and all this other stuff went down. You see what I'm saying? Or it's possible that all this stuff went down prior to the 8th. And what we seeing is a reenactment and she was already in the freezer. You see what I'm saying? So we trying to wrap it all up. And I do believe we will have, you know, those definite answers by the end of this fast. I do believe it. I do believe it. Maybe they had rooms at the DoubleTree too. I believe that, Siobhan. Like I said, if it was a few days, then, you know, because remember in the beginning, we kept saying Kenneka was all over the place and nobody really wanted to believe that Kenneka was all over the place. You know I didn't. You know, as somebody that was working on this case behind the scenes, I'm like, I don't want to believe that she was all over the place. Like, y'all getting me dizzy now. I'm watching such and such video and I'm agreeing with her, and I'm watching somebody else's video and I'm agreeing with her. And then I'm, you know, doing my they're everywhere for days and not just a day, then she would be everywhere. You see what I'm saying? It was probably all over, you know, going in and out, getting something to drink, going back to the hood, going to get smoke, coming back to the room. You get what I'm saying? At another party at the DoubleTree, where she probably changed her clothes and put on a blue jean outfit. You get what I'm saying? Because she, to me, is kind of like, she's really classy to me when it comes to, like, you know, her dress and her style. So to me, you know, if Kenneka partied, you know, one night in one outfit, I believe that she would change the next night. You see what I'm saying? Like, what if one night, Irene's birthday, you know, maybe the 6th or whatever, just like a kickback, and she had on her Adidas outfit. You know what I'm saying? But when the actual party went down with her and Teef or Teffy or whatever his name is, the actual party went down. What if she changed her clothes? Because I can actually see her changing clothes if she was there for days, if you guys get what I'm saying, or at least 2 days. It's 6, you know. So really just trying to make sense of everything and just trying to put everything together and asking God to connect the dots, to make them align, because I believe we have all, and I've been saying this, I believe we have all the information we need. I believe everything is out there. The information is out there. The truth is out there. But I believe it's all a matter of trying to make it make sense. For me, I just don't really get a lot of, I don't get a lot of insight from sitting there staring at the same footage over and over again. I really don't, for me. And because I also know you have to keep in mind, and I came into this understanding this, but somehow we saw unedited footage, and she was able to separate and what she felt was relevant to and what she felt wasn't relevant, which of course she took out all the relevant stuff and gave us all the irrelevant stuff. You see what I'm saying? So much of what we looking at, we really do have to kind of like unscramble and piece together, because it's a cover up. It's a cover up. A cover up ain't supposed to be obvious. It ain't supposed to be, it's just all I got to do is sit here and stare at it 15, 20 minutes and then I get a revelation. No, I'm sorry to tell some of y'all, revelation comes from the Lord. It comes from the Holy Spirit. A lot of people do not want to believe I'm the truth because they don't want to believe that I get revelation from the Lord. They want to believe that I'm because I'm not doing as they doing, that I'm not getting real revelation or real truth. That's the only way you're going to get it. You staring at a cover up, my dear. You staring at a cover up. And a hell of a good one. And as I told y'all in the beginning, a 3-layer cover up. If y'all don't remember what I said about a 3-layer cover up, go find one of my old videos. He was using me back then. Y'all sending a 3-layer cover up, trying to figure out what's going on. Revelation come from the Lord, come from the Holy Spirit. Sorry to tell you, but it do. It really do. And that's the reason why, you know, I said if I was going to do this, I have to literally get in submission and go all the way and petition God for the things that's unseen to us and make it make sense. And I think he's done a fantastic, glory to God job over here. But my job is not to make believers out of anybody. That's not my job. And that's not what I'm going to do. Let me go up a little bit so I can read some of this. The lawyer said Kenneka was seen at multiple hotels. Exactly, Siobhan. That's what I'm saying. So now we actually have reason to believe that she was actually there 4 days and that they was kind of maybe bouncing around, if you get what I'm saying. See, I don't know about multiple, and we really can't even prove anything from the DoubleTree, because why wouldn't they release footage of the DoubleTree? Why wouldn't they really? The only thing they showed us, they just proved to us that, you know, the same girl checked into the DoubleTree. But why wouldn't they release footage of the time she was there and how she looked walking inside the DoubleTree and going into the room? Or was she dragged in there? Or was she, you know, inebriated and somebody carried her in there? What the heck? I mean, come on. So that goes to show you that they're hiding something, right? They're hiding something. So yeah, I really do. I really believe in that she was there for days. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually do a slideshow presentation, and we're gonna put some stuff out there. And I have a lot of questions I'm getting ready to bring to the light that I haven't heard anybody even question this. And I've just been writing them down, you know, like if I'm praying or something, I just get like if I'm questioning, asking God this, I write that question down, because that question is something that just literally popped in my head during my time of prayer. You know what I'm saying? So, oh yeah, we gonna get it popping, y'all. I know you've been saying you want to step back, but have you had anything new lately to share with us? Joanna, just a bunch of questions that really arose. And like as far as the dates, I'm really kind of getting clarification, as, you know, as far as the dates. But no, I think the first portion of my fast is really me, you know, I'm going through it. And like, if you really want it, I'm in a wilderness experience, honey. Like, to be honest with you, I was going through a wilderness experience. I feel like I'm hoping I'm coming out. I'm hoping I'm coming out, and it's the time for us to get revelation. But just to be straight up and to be honest with you, no, because I really been going through a wilderness experience to where I really have been wanting to give up. You know, and not just really seeking a case, but really want to give up on the fast, really want to give up. You know how it is sometimes, y'all. If I could just be real with y'all, like, God, why am I so this and that? Why do I try so hard? And I just feel like giving up. I just feel like stopping. I just want to quit, you know, those type of things. So really, like I said, going through my head, I'm in a head button contest with the devil. That's what Bishop say, a head button contest with the devil. That's what it felt like. But I really don't have anything new to share with you guys. And when I do, I think I'm gonna have to really pray long and hard about it. Cause I told you, I don't know if you was on, Joanna, about how I'm not really feeling YouTube like that. Like, I really don't. It just seemed like a show, you know, and I don't like how they really taken this baby name and pretty much just made a mockery, just a show and you know, and everybody just got an opinion. Like, let's bring some facts to the table. Forget your opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm screw your opinion. Like, your opinion, they don't really mean nothing in this point, at this point. So I don't know. I'm just, you know, I don't know. I'm just, how about this? I would tell y'all this. I will be used however God would use me when he decides to use me. I will obey. I will obey, but I'm not going to be so quick to run, you know, like I was before, and get my head chopped off or stick my nose in other people's business in their videos only to get angry at myself. And at, you know, I'm just not going to do that because I'm trying to grow too. If you guys get what I'm saying, I'm like I said to y'all in the beginning when I came on here, I said, dang, I knew in the beginning of this year for me, I was going to be walking in my calling and I was going to be growing, you know, spiritually. I was going to be spiritually maturing because I've already begun. But the beginning of this year, I knew it was going to be like a change and a big shift in my life. I didn't come into this year knowing I was going to be speaking on Kanika. I did not know. I had a, you know, a soft spot in my heart for her, but I didn't know that I was really this attached and connected to her. You know, I had somebody to actually, one of my subs to actually read my birthday, and they did like a birthday reading on me. You know, my birthday is July 15th, 1980. And I was telling them about the storm, you know, that happened the day I was born, the time I was born, and, you know, and they looked my birthday up. You know, I guess, like I said, I was born for whatever purpose, but it started at birth. It ain't just happened overnight. So they looked my birthday up, July 15, 1980, and they started comparing a lot of stuff. Like, they emails still to this day I reflect on. But they started doing a lot of comparison with, you know, my water sign and, you know, my color blue, and comparing it to Kanika, and was like, you know, was doing a lot of comparison. It was like, oh my God, like, you are really connected to her, you know. And the email was just really touching, and it was like, wow, it shocked me, you know. But I did not know I was going to come into this year and this was going to be my assignment at all. So everything I've done this far, I didn't plan for it. I didn't prepare for it. I didn't, you know, I really went along with the Holy Spirit, I believe. I really do. I just went along with what God was, you know, showing me behind the scenes as I was looking into it, you know, in my room by myself. So I was like, okay, you know, I think I should share some stuff on YouTube so other people, you know, because they tripping on here. They talking about she was another lady, and I'm like, they tripping on here. So maybe I can bring some truth to the table. And, you know, since then, I feel like the mockery have not stopped. And I can't dwell in it. I can come by, you know, and say, you know, and give hugs and kisses to all God's people, to all my real people, but I can't dwell in it, in the mockery for too long. I can't. I pop in and I pops right out. Because sometimes people call themselves grown women, but if you were grown women, you wouldn't waste so much of your time dwelling in a presence of the enemy or in the presence of bull stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a woman, you'll want to pull yourself out of that, because I'm pretty sure it's so much other things you can be doing productive, you know, than giving all your time to the enemy and to his minions on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So the story Irene told in Zach interview, she said they were in a room bopping, but we didn't see that in the reenactment video, Ty video. We see that at the DoubleTree, Truth Mixed with Lies. Yeah, that's another thing I was looking at too, Deanna. But don't get me wrong, I have been questioning a lot of stuff, and I have been trying to get clarity on a lot of stuff. I just don't want to speak on it right now. But I've actually been questioning whether or not what we see as far as Ty's live was actually at the DoubleTree, because it really looked like to me, and I didn't want to say it at all, but you brought it up, but it looked like to me I'm looking at a balcony, or it looked like I'm seeing a balcony behind the chair and stuff. So I'm really not sure about that, but that's something, you know, and these questions I did not have prior to going into these fasts. So I'm telling y'all, I'm having a lot of questions that I just wasn't, you know, questioning before. So, but I do believe that Kanika was there 4 days. I can't say that. I'm really leaning more towards that. And I am believing it's going to be cleared up. It's going to really be cleared up, but it still takes time. You know, I'm still in the process of, and y'all are too, of petitioning God, you know, and he move when he want to move. That's just period. But I do believe strongly that we will have, you know, some type of evidence, some type of proof, something that she was there longer than just one night. When we being attacked, we doing something right. Count it all joy. Let us hang in there and hold on. At times I'll be feeling like giving up and say forget it, but I'm still hanging in there. Be still. That's right. Where's the love? That's right. I'm definitely gonna count it all joy and be still. I remember it was said Teresa was running a bando, and that's where the girls got down. And I seen Teresa, I seen some pictures of like lingerie parties that Teresa threw, but I can't, me myself personally, I don't like really reaching unless I know I'm about to grab something. And remember that about me, y'all. If Malika reaching, that's because she got her hand on something. She about to grab something. She real close to grabbing something. That's the reason why she reaching. Other than that, I don't really like to reach. And when I first heard all the information about, you know, Teresa was running prostitution ring, this, that, and the other, and I remember coming across a lot of pictures and stuff like that, I thought it was possible, you know, it could be true. But at the end of the day, I realized that she actually was throwing like lingerie parties and stuff like that, you know, or letting the girls throw, like Lenora throw lingerie parties, and they was throwing them in her basement and stuff like that. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of them throw lingerie parties. It's not just Teresa. A lot of them do it. You know, it became like a trend in the neighborhood. So I don't really want to see pictures. I won't be the YouTuber. Listen to me, y'all. I won't be the YouTuber that's going to see pictures of them in lingerie and say, oh, she was hoeing her kids or she was pimping her kid. I'm not going to be that. I want to get to the bottom of why I'm looking at these pictures of them in lingerie. Why is they taking these pictures? Where is this coming from? You know, why are they doing this type of stuff? So when I actually get to digging, I realized that, oh, okay, they have the lingerie. This is what they all do in the neighborhood. Now, what goes down in them lingerie parties, only gang know. Whoever is in that clicking and them setting at them parties. I don't know. You know, but I think a lot of people was actually putting the rumors out there about Teresa running the bando and running the prostitution ring and all that stuff was because of, I could be wrong. If they had more evidence than that, then let me know, let me see it. But I believe people were saying that because they was throwing a lot of lingerie parties. And if that's the reason why people came to that conclusion, let me just say, then half of the girls in Chicago is running bandos and prostitution rings, because guess what? They do the lingerie things too. Parties too. So if y'all get what I'm saying, you know, I'm just saying, if that's the reason why people start, because I heard that rumor too, Siobhan, but if that's the reason why they saying that, then that's not justifiable. Like, you really reaching, because that's like a popular thing for them to do, is dress up in lingeries and take pictures, and a lot of times people do things for the book. The book meaning Facebook. They come up with all this creative stuff and they want to waste all this money that they don't have for the book. You know, so but what, like I said, what goes down behind closed doors, I don't know. We don't know. But I think, you know, a lot of showing off, a lot of stuff that y'all see on Facebook, you know, is just showing off for the book. But I have yet to see any proof that she was actually running anything like that, besides the girls in her basement having them sexual lingerie parties. Hi, Linda, my queen, my beautiful queen. I love your spirit led, because the devil isn't all in this mess of a story. Yes, Deanna. Yes. And see, that's the thing. It's so, Satan is all over this, and you can definitely, this is something that I do want to share with you guys. Okay, this is something that I can share with y'all. Now, I don't actually have my receipt book out right now because I wasn't planning on sharing this. But if you guys next live we have, and you want me to bring the receipt book, I can, no problem. But this is another way that you know that Satan was all in this. I looked up and I researched, and which you guys can do it for yourself too. But I looked up and I researched important dates and dates that, demonic people do sacrifices and human sacrifices and things like that. So, but I began to search vice lords, and I really hate to put it out there, but the gang sacrifices and things like that, human sacrifices. When do they sacrifice to their God? Because you have to understand, gangs are still, they are in the a religious type of movement too. It's really our religion. We're in a spiritual warfare, so it's really religion. And if you pay attention to them, they're throwing up demonic signs. So you can tell they demon. I hate to say they demons, but they are. So anyway, but I began to look up dates and things like that of when they sacrifice to their gods and things like that. And I actually found that September the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th is actually one of, their sacrificial season, like they dates where they actually do their human sacrifices, so those dates right there of Kanika's death, it wasn't just an accident. If you guys see what I'm saying, for those who still believe it was just an accident, it wasn't just an accident. It was by purpose. And I believe Irene's birthday could have just been an excuse for us, and it helped us orchestrate a plan to actually carry it out. But the sacrifices with these gangs, and not just with the Vice Lord gangs, but with these gangs and with these people that do the human sacrifices and stuff, the dates for them are, in September is September the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. You see what I'm saying? So those dates right there alone for me was confirmation that this was spiritual, that this was, not something that, it wasn't just an accident. It was actually purposely planned for it to go down during that day. But like I said, y'all, I would bring a receipt book and we can actually look at that website that I was reading at, and y'all can see what I'm saying. Y'all can see exactly what I mean by that. But yeah, I can't really get off into real big details about that, because I don't really know too much about what they do in secret in the gang stuff. I just, look up stuff and read it. And a lot of times it's because a question or a light bulb might pop in my head. Like, let me search this and see if this has anything to do with, one or another. But yeah, so them dates are significant. Those dates mean something. So, and too bad me actually seeing a start date being September the 6th of that. This is actually when they do their human sacrifices and things. It starts September the 6th, and it not actually, it didn't say the 5th, it didn't say the 7th, it didn't say the 8th, it said the 6th. And that's the day a lot of y'all believe that Kanika actually was at that hotel, right? So like I said, but just research it, look it up. And the reason why I didn't really do a video on it, because it was just something I was just reading, and I found that was very interesting. So y'all might want to do some research and come across some more stuff. But I believe that those dates was really spiritual, and it happened for a purpose. I mean, far as them using that particular time, So I hope that was something enlightening for y'all, because that really stood out to me like, wow. Emelika, be careful. As you know, a lot of darkness surrounds this case. The use of discernment is mandatory. Be aware of the difference between God's work and the works of the enemy. Yes, CEO. Yes. That's why I don't even want to move CEO without God. Like, I don't want to speak on this case without God. I do know some stuff. I have gotten some insight on some stuff, but God have not confirmed it with me yet. He have not said, speak on this yet. I have not worked on a presentation and said I'm ready to speak, or he's, confirmed it. So with me, I don't really move without him. You know what I'm saying? If I'm just talking to y'all, I'm just talking to y'all. And it's like, okay, well, let's go out there and kind of, look into this a little bit more, kind of throwing some stuff out there. But other than that, I really don't want to move without him. When I sit here and I go through a 3-hour presentation with y'all, then y'all best believe I done already prayed about it. I done already seriously cried about it and said, Lord, I don't want to do it. My nerves done already took over me. I went through a lot before I even went live. You know what I'm saying? So I went through some stuff. You know, it's not just me coming on, leaning on my own understanding. I already went through it. Are you sure, Lord? You know, and praising him for the revelation. I already went through it. Now I'm ready to actually present to y'all what I have, in hopes that, you know, the people that's watching or viewing or listening will have enough spiritual discernment to pick it up as well. And not really walk away saying, I didn't get the fullness of what she was presenting. You know what I'm saying? Because I noticed I would, you know, deliver, and people would walk away as if they wasn't just fed, and they would go out there on YouTube still hungry, and they would get fed some bull stuff and some lies. And that's when I started saying, oh, okay, a lot of y'all just here to be entertained. A lot of y'all have, you know, it become like a drug to y'all, because y'all have been, you know, I think a lot of, now I'm not calling nobody out particularly, but I just think with some people, they don't have a life of their own, nothing outside of YouTube. So they come on here, and a good story, you know, it's like a drug to them. It make them feel good. Let's hear what Straight Drop got to say for the day. Let's hear what Chosen got to say for the day. He got a good story for me. I'm so bored. I ain't got nothing to do with my life, my time. Let's hear what such got to say for the day. They just want their fix. You know, they need some entertainment. They need some thrill. But they not on there searching for truth. Because if you would, truth will come to you. You ain't got to go searching for it. It's going to fall right on your lap. You gonna be still, and you gonna believe that God gonna bring it to you. You gonna believe that he gonna show it to you if that's what you're praying for. But you ain't gotta go be a troll in everybody's neighborhood, sticking your head out, you know, trying to get information and trying to, you know. And if you are, if that is your plan, what have you gathered thus far from trolling? What have you gathered from trolling? You should have a wrap on this case. You should have it all in the bag. So people like that, you know, that claim they know everything, or claim they got all this information, or claim they got all this love for Kanika and desperately want justice for Kanika, and they the biggest trolls on YouTube, and they got one video on their channel. I look at you like a distraction. I say you just on YouTube trolling, making noise. You a distraction. Because if you was really in it like that, you'll be using some of your time, energy, and your knowledge, and all your trolling that you're doing, your information you collecting, and you'll be putting some anonymous videos out or something. I don't play games with people. Like, I don't have time for fake people. I don't worship idols. You don't get that from me. So I'm not gonna be worshiping. No, I ain't gonna be here worshiping nobody. That ain't me. That's not me. If I step into the workforce, I'm coming to do a job. So I'm not the kind of person that, you know, gonna come into the job and I want to get to know everybody, and I want to lollygag with everybody, and I want to play with everybody. No, I got my boss hat on. Don't get too comfortable around me, because I might just take your position. And you can't be mad because you took your job and your position as a joke, not me. So KJ said she was going to be put up for a minute. Sure did. Sure did. And if y'all can remember, did she say, we're gonna watch those videos too, because there was some stuff that I peeped out in them videos too, watching about myself, that I actually want to go over with y'all. But did she actually say that October the 6th she was gonna be put up? Did he say October? If anybody can remember, she actually said a date. I was gonna be put up till, I think she said October the 6th, if I'm not mistaken. Which made me wonder, like, whose birthday was that? Like, what day was that? You know what I'm saying? Or was that the day she was gonna start her new job? Maybe. I don't know. Because when she was saying she was gonna be put up, she was basically talking about stacking, right? I don't know. Or she didn't have no money and that's why she was gonna be put up. I don't know. But I think she said October the 6th, and that kind of stood out to me. Hey, Nana. Hey, Nana. I ain't seen you in a minute. Yes, Malika, that's what I believe. I believe she was set up, and I said they took time. They took the time and planned it. Yes, they did, because they could have, and this is something, like I said, I want to make sure, before I actually really get to speaking it. I'm not stamping this as this is what Malika really believe 100%. This is what I'm saying. This is just some questions that's, like I said, raised in my head. I definitely believe it was planned out and everything like that, because it could have been time for them to do a sacrifice too, or they could have been wanting to sacrifice, or I don't know. But the dates itself kind of stood out to me, knowing that that's when most of the organizations or societies or whatever y'all want to call them, that's when they sacrifice to their God during that time, during that season. So that kind of stood out to me too. Like, did they know that? Did they actually know that this would be a great time to sacrifice somebody who we really don't care about, who really did us dirty anyway, who yada yada yada, you know what I'm saying? And if we pass her along to them, let them do whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, did they know that was actually the season for a sacrifice, or, which I'm pretty sure that they did. I'm with you. I really do feel like everything was planned out, and it kind of like, for them, everything fell in place. You know what I'm saying? Like, as they was planning everything, they probably felt like they came up with the perfect plan. Like, everything is just falling in place. We need to do this on the 6th or the 7th or whatever, and they gonna be in town for the cartels. They gonna be here in town. We need to go ahead and do this around that day. And it's perfect because that's Irene's birthday. Like, I'm pretty sure for them, the plan was just coming together so smoothly. If y'all feel what I'm saying, like, oh yes. This is like a foolproof plan. Like, ain't no way we can get caught with this right here. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. It literally takes discernment. It takes submission to God. It takes more than what you think. Seriously, to get answers, because they felt like they had a foolproof plan. Okay. And probably still believe that. But I know they heart is actually feeling the pain right now, because us prayer warriors, we in the closet and we calling out their name and we asking for them to feel it. So I'm pretty sure they feeling it right now. But we need to make them feel it so much to where they all crack, or just one of them. That's all we need, is one to crack. Does anyone remember the video of KJ saying a big one was on? That's what I just said, Black Jew. I think she said October the 6th, though. I just brought that up, yeah. Or maybe I'm just behind in comments. I'm sorry, y'all. I got to come down some more. Read mine. Did you skip me? I'm sorry. Hey, Rosa Patricia. Let me go up. I'm sorry, honey. Was telling her, nah, you missed my party, and Nikita being a good friend, it cost her life. Okay, let me go up a little bit more. I bow down to you. I said the same thing about the person. She don't even deserve to be mentioned. Like you said, I wouldn't stop till I found out what happened to my baby. I also read that Irene had celebrated her birthday on the 6th, and that party was intentionally for Nikita. Oh, wow. Head on that night, she didn't want to go. She was supposed to go to the movies with her cousin, and that cut Monifa and Irene. Wow. Was telling her, you're gonna miss my party. And Nikita, being a good friend, it cost her life. Okay, so Nikita was a good friend to Irene, and at Circle, I have looked into Nikita and did a little, spine on a page and stuff, but I didn't know that. I know Nikita she hung with the GDs, or she was a GD. I do know that, but I didn't know she was friends with that Circle. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to look into that. Actually, Rosa, send me an email at malikasworld@gmail.com, and we can discuss that further. And I'll do some looking, some more digging into that. But I didn't connect they deaths like that. I mean, other than what we already know, her having a friendship with Jay Money and, you know, and Nikita also, you know, like I said, being a GD and the GDs being thrown under the bus for this murder. You know, it could have been a get back, payback, or whatever. I don't know. But I didn't know that she was actually connected to Irene in that circle and she hung with them. I didn't know that. It just told me something new. Okay. Yes, Malika, that is what I believe. I believe she's okay. I already read that. All right. Let me slide down and then. She just said the 6th and not the month. Okay, I'm gonna go back and listen to that. Okay. I thought she said October. I thought she said October the 6th. I'm gonna go back and look at that. Because we all can agree. I do remember her saying the 6th. She definitely said the 6th. She definitely said she was gonna be put up to the 6th. She definitely said that. Oh, ladies in here. Hey, Shovel Gang. He's so silly. Let me hush. It's been a minute since I saw that live. Don't hush. I don't know. We have to go back and look at it though. Hello, Amelia. We got a Sue Rosemont. Her mama got a Sue Rosemont. They feeling, I'm sure, but not enough. I know. We need to make them feel it enough so they can crack. Keep praying. Keep going hard in the spirit. My fellow 313s. Oh, Siobhan is a 313 too. Hey, Sweet Harmony. Muchas gracias. Yadira. Too much happened with Kanika. This is crazy. If she was ready to go, as soon as she got there, how was she there for enough days to change clothes to be comfortable or enough to change clothes? Well, the fact of the matter is, if she was there, you have two different, you know, scenarios. And this is what we have to really look into and confirm, you know, what makes sense and what don't, what lines up and what don't. So she was either there for just that one night. And we do know that if she was there for that one night, okay, so when she got there, she texted, she was ready to go when she got there. Everything, you know, lines up. But if she was there for days and not just one night, that text could have actually came in right before things was gonna go down, or she probably felt kind of eerie that things was gonna go down because she probably seen some people in that last minute who she didn't see before. If you get what I'm saying, somebody could have popped up. Some people could have popped up who she didn't see the days before or the day or the night before, such as Mike. If you get what I'm not trying to make it confusing because I know everybody is already doing that, but I'm really trying to answer everybody thing and trying to, because I know I have so many subs who feel strongly about the 6th. So I'm saying, okay, we feel strongly about the 6th. Let's make it make sense. And she was there for the 6th, which I'm not saying it's impossible. It makes a lot of sense that she could have been there on the 6th. But we got to consider the fact that it was a 1:36 p.m. ticket, which is kind of odd. Which is really odd, you know, to have because check-in is usually after 2 p.m. Who checks in at 1 o'clock, especially in Chicago? I mean, trust me, not even Chicago, Rosemont, by the airport. Like, seriously, check-in would be after 2 or after. So that shows me, or that for me, tells me that she was actually there. They had the room the night before. You see what I'm saying? And she came and she dropped in, or that's when she actually showed up at the hotel on the 6th. So if we go on with that, then we have to say, so yes, so much could have happened those days that she was there. But that one night when she sent that text that she was ready to go, anybody could have showed up at that hotel who she didn't want to see. Because I also remember the text that went out right before that when she was saying, she said, clown, a nigga, let me be a thought in peace. Do y'all remember that? I think she had text out, you know, clown, nigga, let me be a thought in peace. So who's to say that the dude that she texts, like, stop, hey, you a hater, let me be a thought in peace. Okay, of course we didn't all read that before. We probably feel like, you know, she was just playing. It could have been, okay, what if it wasn't a joke? What if it was a nigga that she was into it with, you know, she called herself messing around with, or whatever the case, because, you know, it's rumor saying that she was messing around with Mike. And what if she did have a little argument or a little spat with him? And what if she did say, nigga, push on, let me be a thought in peace, and he popped up at the hotel? Do y'all get what I'm saying? He popped up at the hotel. And then when you look at the time frame, he was the only one that was there when him and his crew, his boys, let me clear that up. They were the only ones there at the hotel when she sent that text message out that she was ready to go. Think about it. I'm trying to make it make sense. So either way it go, I still believe that text message happened. It's just a matter of, was she there for days, or was she just there for just that one night? You see what I'm saying? I'm not backtracking on events that I showed y'all that I know that played out. But right now, what we trying to figure out is this event that we looked at. Remember that last video I just did, timeline events, and I actually showed y'all, you know, her walking down the hall, and I believe they put her out the room, whatever. Now I'm trying to figure out, was this just like a one day event, like a part of what happened, but not just the whole day? You see what I'm saying? So, but I have to consider the fact that I have half of my subs saying the 6th and the other half of my subs saying, no, it wasn't the 6th, it was the 8th. You see what I'm saying? So I don't want to shut my Sixers down. What I'm saying to my Sixers is, let's prove it. That's what I'm saying to anybody about anything. Y'all know me. If y'all come to me with something, you know, a piece of evidence, information, questions, whatever, I'm going to say, let's prove that. I'm not doubting it, but let's prove it. Because if we can prove it, then, you know, you made a believer out of me. So what I'm trying to do is trying to say that if we can actually, if we believe that it's the 6th, we should be trying to prove that, you know, more than one event took place. Not just what Malika pointed out, not just what such and such pointed out right here, not just, but a lot of, so, you know, we actually got to prove that stuff. But for me, like I said, for me, I'm actually leaning, and I'm going to tell y'all this. For me, I'm actually leaning more towards now. This is what I'm just leaning towards. I don't know in what way God is really going in this thing for me, you know, because I'm really praying and meditating as hard as I can about answers and revelation, you know, and help with this case. But I'm really leaning towards, with me, that it was days. And the reason why I'm leaning on the fact that she was there for days is because I'm considering the ticket on the 6th. I'm considering the possibility of her being at the DoubleTree. I'm considering the possibility of her being in a wooded area and being, you know, I'm considering different things. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, so for me, it would make sense, because all this stuff ain't just happened within a few hours. No, like, I don't care. All this, like, if all this stuff actually happened, it didn't happen within a few hours. This stuff happened within a few days or a couple days. So me, I'm kind of leaning towards the day, but I'm still trying to prove that. You know, I want to be able to prove that. But I'm kind of leaning towards it just because of the simple fact that I had already done some videos in the very beginning where things was just so clear and things was, and it all made sense. So now I'm thinking that was just another piece of, you know, I'm thinking that everything is just connected, and it didn't just happen in one day for a few hours. You see what I'm saying? So, but like I said, you guys, I'm a try to make more sense of it. Right now, I've been fasting, so my thinking cap ain't on too strong. I haven't ate nothing in hours. Praise the Lord. Been drinking water. So, but we will actually look at, I like to present stuff in a slideshow and present stuff with pictures and everything, so I can kind of, you know, give y'all a visual of what I'm trying to say. But I am leaning more towards the days thing, really only because I've seen different events and different scenes. Like, and I know it's a possibility of her being at that DoubleTree. I don't want to rule that out. I was never, me myself personally, I was never she got pushed in the pool girl. I was never team pool area. Like, not me. I wasn't. But was she in the pool area? Did, you know, I can't say that she wasn't. Because, you know, if she was there for days, then that can be another positive. See what I'm saying? That could be the reason why everybody is so confused and going through so much, is because she was actually there longer than than they told us. And that's the reason why we placing her all over the place, you know? So I don't know for sure, but we'll find out. Miss Classy, first time in your chat, in my chat. And if she did change clothes too, Tony, I'm pretty sure what it happened before they actually drugged her and gang raped her and all that stuff went on. You know what I'm saying? Or did they change clothes after they drugged her and gang raped her? I don't know. Changed her clothes. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. But like only reason why I said anything about the change clothes thing, because I want y'all to know if she was actually there for days, it is a possibility that she did leave wearing Adidas. You see what I'm saying? That's the only reason why I want to bring it up, because Lenore actually, but we don't know if Lenore was just throwing things off, when she said that. But if you want to take it into consideration, then that could be the reason why she said she left wearing Adidas. Maybe that's because she actually left the house on the 6th, took the car on the 6th, and she could have changed clothes because, me, myself, personally, I don't see Kanika bouncing around to parties. And remember, that was the big one. That week was supposed to be the big one because it wasn't just Irene's birthday. You had Irene's birthday. You had Tati, which is Ty's sister. It was her birthday. You had Tiffy, it was his birthday. So you had a few different people's birthdays from different sets. So it was literally the big one for them. So if it was actually days that she was there, or a couple days that she was there, I cannot see her going, bouncing around from room to room and party to party wearing the same outfit. You know what I'm saying? So Kanika probably changed herself, or they could have put her on something else. It could have been part of the plan after they did what they did. Who knows? And I know we saying, but we do see her walking, in and out. We saw her walking in the hotel, the bougie outfit. Who knows if she was there on a 6, and the footage that we looking at of her coming in could have been, them running back out, getting something to drink, or them making a run, them coming back to the party. You see what I'm saying? Like, we just need to really know for sure how long this girl had this room for. So I definitely feel like the 6 is possible, but I just want to prove it, If she was there for days, there have to be some way we can prove that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and read a couple more of these, and I'm going to go ahead and get off. So I can have dinner with the fam. I haven't, well, actually, I got another. No, oh my God, I got 10 hours today. I can't eat 3 more hours. I forget just that quick. Today is the first day I stretched it out to 10 hours. So yeah, it'll be a minute before I eat again. Well, I don't know why. I just thought something happened and she was trying to get away, ran to the woods, and whatever happened there. Could be true, Siobhan. But I believe, it's so much that's in between that, before and after that, we got to piece together, And so I'm really, and I didn't want to say this because I don't know, and I don't want to take my word, it's not a guarantee. But I'm praying on this. I'm really praying on it. I'm believing I'm gonna do maybe one final video in the end. And what I mean by final, really piecing everything together, like piecing everything together with everything that I worked on, with everything I was shown, with everything I was given, piecing everything together from like start to finish. You know what I'm saying? I'm believing that I might do that. And but don't take my word for it, because I don't know if I'm gonna do that or just break things up as God, show me. And I don't know. But a part of me just want to just go ahead and just put a wrap and just do one big video from start to finish, y'all. Like, okay, y'all, this is exactly what went down, A, B, C, D, E. A part of me just want to do that, like, here, take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's not my will. It's not my way. So I don't really want to put that out there and y'all expect it to go down like that. Then your girls start coming with 25, 30-minute videos, y'all get mad. Like, I thought you was going to just do one grand finale. I want to. I really want to. I really want to. And I mean, something that's leaving nothing to question. I really want to. But it's by God's grace and his will if that gets done or not. In order for her body to be frozen, that means the pool water had to be below freezing, then put her in the freezer. In order for her body to be frozen solid in that time frame, her body was foul. Yeah, Miss Classy, or he lied about her body being frozen, or she was put in that freezer before, days before they actually said it. You know what I'm saying? So we have to rule other things out. I just don't think she was in the pool. I don't either. I don't either, Siobhan, because I didn't. I mean, I didn't look at the body and feel like the body was all soaking wet. I see parts of her that was wet, and I question why was it parts of her that was wet. And me myself personally, this is my thought for right now. I'm still getting revelation, but me myself personally, I feel like it's parts of her that's wet because they were trying to clean something up. They was either trying to clean her up, clean DNA up, clean something up, and they wet her down. They hosed her down. That's what I believe, and maybe not hose their whole body down, or but they might have been cleaning a certain area on the floor. But I just think that was like a part of them trying to do a little cleanup thing. I really don't feel like she was completely, in that pool and soaking wet, and I have not nothing have about this case have drawn me to that. And I know you guys say, what about the statements that, about the pool area? Even reading the statements, I started thinking, well, it was a lot of ignorant people at that hotel that night, so a lot of people could have did anything crazy. That's what they do. They're young, they're kids, they ignorant. Probably took a bowel movement in the pool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm just saying, for me, nothing really made me say, oh, yes, she was definitely in that pool. At least I believe she was. Nothing. But again, because I had subs that felt that way and messaged me about it and wanted to bring that up, we had to go, we treaded that area, John and I. We went down that road. And for us, we really just wasn't too stuck on the whole pool thing. So we pretty much left that area. I thought she went to the party with Irene. Teresa said Irene sacrificed her in an interview on the news. You thought she went to the party with Irene? No, Kanika didn't go to the party with Irene. Irene was already there. She had already showed up. But they is showing a video with her in a car with Irene. And I believe Kanika had on that black Adidas jacket. So we don't know if that's the actual 6, if that was the actual day that they went to the room. You see what I'm saying? We don't know. I don't know, the hater. But from what from what we can tell, what we see is she showed up with the other girls. Irene was already there. Yes, I think she was there also. They had her longer when they are showing us she was the acknowledgement. Yep. Like a movie that would be great. Now listen to me, you have the proof. Go back to that one call to the police. It's only one call. You can't miss it. I know what you're talking about, Rosa Patricia. This stuff too confusing. I gotta write notes. CG, I believe there was a lot more they did to her that we didn't see, and my heart couldn't take it. Yeah. But I still believe everything that went down with her was still better off, that she didn't end up with the people that they was going to trade her to. I think it was actually trafficking, and human trafficking in this too. I do believe that they was going to pass her off, to the security, which I believe is the Mexican cartels, like I already spoke on them before. And that's another thing too. Had that been brought to light or pointed out, the FBI would have been all over this. Human trafficking, you got cartels involved. The FBI would have been all over this. That's why I'm really tripping that nobody had put this together and brought that to light and tried to petition the FBI. I'd heard YouTubers try to petition the FBI, but I'm really tripping that nobody had really brought it, because I'm like, it's certain factors in this case that they would have, for me, they would have been all over it. Human trafficking. Then you got Mexican mafia gang people that's in it, involved in it too. Like, well, I know what needs to be done, so I ain't even gonna speak on it. What nobody else do or didn't do, But for me, that stick out like a sore thumb. Like, shoot, FBI gonna be all over this if it's presented right. Presented right, they will be all over this. probably just hit her head under the water. She was and risk somebody peeking in and seeing them drown her. Try to, like, what's the purpose of doing that? Why not just push her in and let her drown? And they wouldn't know who did it. I just don't believe in the pool. I don't believe the pool area. I believe the pool area got brought into it. I believe it was just a bull stuff story, and it was inserted in everything else to kind of throw people off too, you know. She had been there for days prior to her body being actually found. Exactly. I don't think the pool theory is true at all, and that's just me. And another thing too, you guys, if somebody have some solid proof or whatever, and people been hollering the pool area for a long time, but they couldn't prove nothing. Nobody can prove that nothing happened in that pool area. If you notice, people not even, I mean, seriously, like they're not even really talking about that no more. It's just the ones that really felt strongly about it in the very beginning that really, you know, can't let it go, can't walk away from it. You know what I'm saying? But nobody, even if something did happen in that pool area, nobody don't have no proof that anything happened over there. That's why people stop talking to the light, because nobody can prove anything happened in that pool area. Especially when it could be other reasons why, you know, her hair was wet and things like that. Yeah, so that's why I'm saying, her body didn't look frozen. Her body, first of all, couldn't have been frozen solid, and then next thing you know it, she laid flat on a stretcher. So first of all, we have to understand that that whole 911 call was a pre-recorded call. Okay, that was I remember I told you, I came out at the beginning and I kept saying that fake 911 call. I'm not backing down on that. That 911 call was fake. Okay, because they knew it was a girl that was in that freezer. And so his job was to, you know, to be the fake dispatcher or whatever. So he said, she's here, she's frozen solid, because he knew that the girl was in the freezer. But that whole 911 call was scripted and it was fake. And I really scripted, because if it was scripted, Teresa would have did a lot better at it. But it was fake. It wasn't a real call. And let me ask you guys this. If it was a real call, think about this. When the officer said to her, is there anywhere else your daughter could have went? She responded by saying, no, my daughter know not to take my car. She know not to take my car nowhere. She know she's not on my, that's not what he asked you. Like, could your daughter had called one of the Breeze girls, somebody to come pick her up? Could your daughter had dipped off with it? So fake, because I mean, I'm just saying, a natural person would have, like, actually, I called everybody I know, everybody, in her phone, her friends told me to call, and we reached out to everybody. Nobody's seen her. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Like, we did reach out to everybody, but nobody saw her. So I don't know what to say. We asked everybody, we called around, we called friends, because a lot of times when your child come up missing, your child got friends everywhere. Kanika was a person that had friends everywhere, every neighborhood. She wasn't just cool with the vice lords. This is the reason why, to me, that they did what they did to her, because Kanika was cool with the vice lords. She was cool with the BDs. She was cool with the GDs. She was cool with the Breeze. She was cool with everybody. You feel me? She was cool with everybody that was cool with her. So the fact of the matter is, for me, just hearing that call, knowing that she's somebody who could have just been anywhere with anybody, and she 19, you know what I'm saying? I understand that the car keys were still there, and the car was there, but I'm thinking, like, how did her mama call that Garrett girl and make sure she wasn't in that hood with the Breeze, because she hang out with them too. Sometimes you would see her hanging out with the Breeze. Sometimes you would see her hanging out in Austin with the Vice. So, I was just wondering. So that call, and it was another part of that call too that kind of just made me feel like, yeah, this is all scripted. She said, when can I file a missing person report? He said, you can file it at any time. From my saying, then you can only, the person have to be missing at least 24 hours, especially if they grown. Okay, I'm on my way. Bye-bye. I'm on my way. Matter of fact, I'll finish this call when I get there. Bye. See you soon. I'm on my way. Click and file it. That's what you would have heard. It would have been the end of that call right and everything. I would have been like, soon as he said, oh, you can file it anytime. Okay, well, I'm on my way. I'll be there. You know, so, and then also you have you Teresa Brand, I'm not her cancer. Her cancer cure. This is something else. Like I said, y'all, there's so much that I'm really petitioning God about. I have to really have my mind prepared. You all know, you have to have your mind prepared. Another thing that stood out to me though, the fact that Teresa was cured from cancer in August, you know, but she told the guy that she just had surgery the day or just before. In my broadcast soon because I see you tripping on me. But yeah, so I'm really trying to figure out, after her being cured. Oh my God, like what's going on? It say there's an error loading your app. Oh my gosh. Can y'all still hear me? Drop me a one if y'all can hear me. Y'all hear me? Drop me a one if y'all can hear me. The Carter family, if what you saying is true, then what I'm saying, it shouldn't matter, right? I shouldn't have to leave it alone. What I'm saying shouldn't matter. If y'all figured it out, y'all have the answers. If you know exactly what's going on, you know what I'm saying, then you don't have to go on nobody's page and stop them from speaking a piece. Can y'all hear me? Because it's saying something about my app is not loading. Hold on. Two or one? Drop me a one if y'all can hear me. Okay. Yeah, Carter family, if that's the case, you know, her blood type was a match for an important donor, an important family, and a high-class family, and a family of power, and all that stuff, then what I'm saying as a small-time YouTuber with only 1,000 followers, 1,000 ain't nothing. It's over 1 billion people in this world. I got 1,000 followers. Then what I'm saying shouldn't matter, right? I'm just blowing smoke out my butt. What I'm saying shouldn't even matter. Because y'all know what really went down. Y'all know it's real bigger than me and bigger than the stuff I'm putting out, right? And I'm all off, right? So what I'm saying don't matter. And if I decide to go ahead and keep speaking because I fear no evil, then just let me have my moment. Just let me speak. Right? Just let me speak. Let me speak my shenanigans. I ain't bothering nobody that's speaking my shenanigans, you know? But anyway, yeah, we have to look at that stuff, y'all. We have to look at those factors. We have, everything stands out to me. Everything, we have to look at everything. We don't leave nothing, nothing out there. So the fact that, like I said, the fact of the matter is Teresa was cured from cancer in August. So what procedure did she have following that? And I'm even looking at that. I'm researching, and even I'm researching breast cancer and procedures and the aftermath of the procedures and stuff, just so I can kind of get an idea of what type of procedures was she having after she was already, quote unquote, cured, if you guys get what I'm saying. You know, so I'm really looking at that, because for mom and everybody talking about you know, Kanika was a donor or sacrifice for a donor. The first donor I'll be looking at is mom, because mom had a surgery too. So that'd be the first donor I'll be looking at, like, dang, did mom get something out of it? And I'm just saying, I'll be looking at mom first, because myself personally, whenever I see crimes and stuff, maybe because of how I grew up, where I grew up from, when I see stuff take place, I always look at the inner circle and I work my way out. That's what I've just grown to do and learned to do. Start with the inner circle and work your way out. Because basically, when your house get robbed, or let's just say, you know, you hit a lick and you got some money over there, or you got some work or some stuff in your house, and somebody hit your house, guess what? Ain't nobody on the outside know what you had in your house. They ain't know that you just hit a lick and you just got this amount of money or this amount of drugs. That hit on your house came from your inside crew. Maybe I'm telling somebody that ain't never heard it before. Somebody that's going through something. You just had somebody hit a lick on you. That's what it was from, somebody that knew you, your inside. I've always known, you know, and like I said, from my life experience, and just you always look in your inside circle and you work your way out. Because even the outsiders, they get information from the insiders. Ain't no outsiders unless you just living your life out loud and putting all your stuff out there on Facebook and whatever other book out there on the internet. Now, if you doing that, then yeah, everybody probably know your business. But other than that, if you moving, you know, if you moving in secret and you end up getting hit, who you think get the hit? You better believe it's somebody that's close to you. You better believe that. So I always look at, you know, things from the inside. And that's the reason why I started with the, you know, the kids and started working my way to the top. And I believe that's what God wanted us to do, because, you know, everybody just, you know, they looked into where she was found at, you know, and they began to look at the owner and look into all his information, his dirty deeds, which, yes, all that stuff was supposed to go to light. But who are these people she was with? Why did these people set her up? You know, who was they, you know, who was these other people that they working with? You know, the workers inside the hotel, because you best believe they working with them people. You saw Carl walk in the door and he gave dude a handshake. These are mafia people. They've been working together, been getting money together. You see what I'm saying? So you see the connection right there between a lot of the workers there and the kids at the party, or the you know, the guests. And you see, and you know, there's a connection between the owner and the workers, because the workers ain't even supposed to be workers. Trust me, they ain't supposed to be there. And now you see how they all connected. But for me, I didn't just, you know, come out the woodwork and just start jumping, you know, diving straight to the higher up, because I started from the bottom. You know, I started from the inner circle, her inner circle, and I worked my way out. And that's why I came to what I came to today, because of the way I decided to do things. Start with her inner circle. So now today, I'm saying, yes, her inner circle set her up. And yes, they was going to traffic her, you know, for some money and pass her off to the Mexican gang, the cartels. And yes, they was going to, you know, get some money off of her and probably do God knows what to her. And this stuff is going down right now in our country, y'all. Believe it or not, it's everywhere, and it's going down in our country. I'm telling y'all, human trafficking at its finest, at its highest level that y'all probably have ever heard or seen it before. It's at its highest level right now. Sex trafficking and human trafficking. And I said this in the very beginning. I felt like Kanika case for me was like taken, because, and I only said that because people were saying, you know, the movie Get Out, Get Out. And I actually had never seen the movie Get Out until, you know, I was seeing people comment that on other YouTubers channels when I was, you know, watching the case. Everybody kept talking about the movie Get Out. So I said, well, let me watch this movie and see, you know, because I felt like people was comparing Kanika's case to the movie Get Out. So I watched that movie. I've watched it more than once now, and I cannot see no comparison to Kanika's case. like whatsoever. Now, this is what I believe. I'm gonna drop y'all some Jews real quick, and then I'm gonna go ahead and exit. Hello, drop me a one if y'all can hear me. I'm gonna drop y'all some Jews real quick, then I'm gonna get off. Just said the error loading your app. Drop me a one so I can make sure y'all hear me, because I want y'all to hear this part right here. I need for y'all to hear this. I need for my people to wake up and hear me out. When you see a lookalike, and I mean a Kanika clone, a real Kanika identical, because a lot of y'all calling these people Kanika clones and they're not identical. Clones are identical. When you guys actually see Kanika walking around here, but you know that Kanika is not really Kanika, then you can say this is like the movie Get Out. For example, okay, now if I believe that I do believe that they actually do a lot of the stuff they showing us on TV. Now I can give you an example of somebody who I believe, me myself, just me, y'all can pray believe it if y'all want to, but somebody who I believe went through an experience like the movie Get Out, Kanye West. I believe Kanye West went through an experience like the movie Get Out, because you still see this man walking and talking, but when he opened his mouth, it's not him. It don't sound nothing like the old. Listen to me. Listen to the old Kanye West. Listen to his old interviews. Listen to his old rap. Listen to the new Kanye West. To me, it's like a whole different being or spirit that's trapped inside of that body. Okay. To me, Kanika's case is nothing like the movie Get Out, because I don't see Kanika walking around here. Because remember, they steal your soul. So the person, the being in the cage is still walking around here. Now, when you start seeing Kanika walking around here, but she's sounding like a white woman, or you see her at Starbucks ordering a drink that you know, okay, Kanika ain't never went to store, just off some stuff, then you can say, this remind me of the movie. This don't remind me nothing of the movie. This remind me more of the movie Taken. And I'm going to say that one more time. This reminds me of the movie Taken, because Kanika was supposed to be taken. And the people that set up around these airports, at these hotels, this is what they do. That's what it reminds me more of than it do the movie Get Out. If anybody can kind of tell me how does it remind them of the movie Get Out, I would love to know. If y'all can make that make sense for me and break it down. Because even in the movie Taken, the man's organs was still intact. So I'm really confused. How are we comparing this to y'all mindset? I want to try to shift it. I want to shift it from Get Out to Taken. If I can shift y'all mindset from thinking that this is a Get Out type of situation to a Taken type of situation, then y'all will feel where I'm coming from and y'all will understand what's really going on. Now I'm telling you, it's some people walking around here who I do believe that their body is just a cage and their soul is literally completely gone. Now maybe somebody robbed them of it, like the movie Taken. And I'll say, if I can say it, I'm not the movie Taken, but like the movie Get Out. If I could say anybody, I would say Kanye West, because to me, we open his mouth, he's not. I'm like, who is that person inside of you? And I'll say his name because I followed him at the beginning of his career, and I was one of his biggest fans at the beginning of his career. So I knew when his shift changed. I knew when he disappeared and came back as somebody else. Now, if you want to talk about the movie Get Out, I compare it to Kanye. I compare it to Eminem. I know Eminem. Eminem ain't nothing like Eminem was back in the day. And I'm not saying people not supposed to grow, mature, they raps ain't supposed to change voice. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you can just tell that it just seemed like a different type of spirit that's in them than what it was before. So could it have been they got robbed of their soul, or they lost their soul, or they sold their soul? Now, and I would say in them cases, it's certain people walking around here that I can actually say remind me of the movie Get Out, because I think it's a white man trapped inside of Kanye West's body. And I think it's actually another one that's actually a clone that's out here appeasing to the black audience. That's just my opinion. I think it's a blonde hair one and it's a bald hair one, you know, and that's what I see as I'm looking into the world. That's just what I see, you know. So I would compare certain situations to that movie, but not Kanika's. I cannot see it. I cannot compare it. And if anybody came up with that and y'all feel so strongly to remind you of that, please show me how. I'm willing to show me how. Because this is more of a taking situation. And because it's a business. This is a business. Okay. And it's these gangs, they work for these cartel members. They work for these people and they kidnap girls and they, you know, and the cartel smuggle the girls over there and they got a business going where they become sex slaves and they get paid for the girls they have sent to different countries to be maids and sex slaves, and you never hear from them babies again in life. This is real. It goes on. It's a business. Do y'all hear me? That's why when I come on here, I try to come on here and I try to drop every jewel I have inside of me. I try to pour out till I can't pour no more. And then I go. Because I want y'all to understand this is a business and it's going on and it's been going on. Kanika's case is more like that situation. But went wrong. Okay, I want you guys to understand that. Like I said, this is really something that's been going on. And God is now exposing. We were seeing this, we see this much with just random people, random girls, random, you know, innocent people, you know, but with Kanika's situation more, she really had, she let them down enough. She became a target. So with her, it was a little bit different. It was a plot, plan, scheme, target, get money, you know, get the money back she took from us, plus sell her, you know what I'm saying? Like it was more of a plot and a plan with her. But I don't believe that this was the first time that they worked with these Mexicans and they trafficked young girls. I believe that a lot of people go missing in Chicago and Detroit because of these sex traffickers, because of the human trafficking that's going on with a lot of these street people and the higher ups. A lot. So with this situation right here with Kanika's, we really just seen everything unfold. You know, things got messy, and so I believe that that's why we here. You know, as far as with her stuff, with her case, but they've been doing this for years. And maybe Donald Trump is mad that he can't get a grip on their organization, and that's why he's trying to build walls. I said that to y'all before. Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, my internet tripping and stuff now. Everything is tripping. Justice for Kanika. Family, they want you to think them artists you name, go back and say by yourself and pay close attention to what Kanye is truly saying. He is telling you they have doors we can't open. Yeah, I definitely believe Kanye, he speaks a lot and he tells a lot. But like I said, I don't know if he in a sub-complacement stage like the movie Get Out, and you know, and who is that actually speak? I don't know. You know, I don't know. I think he was shut up. I don't think that nobody, and this is just what I feel. I don't think that nobody can really go out there speaking a lot of truth and doing a lot of exposing without being a target. You see what I'm saying? So we do hear of a lot of rappers and stuff that, you know, spoon feed the word and try to, you know, get people to wake up and, you know, shed some light on us and stuff. But I don't think that they can, it's still only so much that they can say without them really being a target. You know what I'm saying? And once they do get to spilling a lot of stuff, you better be taking notes and recording and saving them videos and stuff like that, because they're going to quickly get snatched up and reprogrammed all over again because they don't want the truth out there. You know, and one thing I learned when I was actually going from, I don't know if I should say this, but one thing that I actually learned, I am going to say this, I don't care. And I'm going to take this video down. One thing I actually learned when I decided to not be public and to go private, one thing I learned that it can be a lot of doors open for me as a private citizen versus public, a lot of doors can be open for me, but I have to keep quiet. And I'm not going to repeat this. Okay. And I am going in this video. You know, I cannot disrupt, and I am right now by me saying this to y'all. That's what I'm saying. I put myself in the line a lot, but I cannot disrupt commerce. You know, so a lot of doors can be open for me in a private, but they say you got to keep quiet as to what we do, because if you go out here and you tell people and you start, you know, doing speeches and doing webinars and telling people, you know, how you can get all these things done in the private, then you are disrupting how we make money. You disrupting commerce. And so at that point, we're going to look at you as an enemy of the state. It's a lot of different ways you could be considered an enemy of the state, and it's a lot of different ways you can become. And once you become an enemy of the state, you are the gang's target. You are, and guess what? That's how you know that the state working with the gangs, because once you are become an enemy of the state, you become gang targeted and gang stalked. They find people on the streets or prisoners they let out early to stalk you. You know, that they got working with them. So that's how you know that they all working together too. But yeah, it's just that deep. So you can do a lot in private as long as you keep hush about it. I'm telling y'all this. I'm telling y'all what I know. I know people and I know things. Okay, you can do a lot of things as long as you keep hush. You can move differently. Trust me when I say that. But the minute you start disrupting commerce and causing attention with a lot of truth, they will come shut you down. Like they do our channels. Come on. Y'all see how they do our little punk channels that we have. They try to come shut us down. They want to take our channels from us. They want to, you know, disrupt the broadcast. So imagine if I had millions or hundreds of thousands of followers and I was the next Malcolm X or Martin Luther King or even a Joyce Myers or something. You think they're gonna be all on my page and scoping me and watching me in front of my house? Yes, I would be able to scope big time. So people, you know, who got handlers like Kanye West, trust and believe, it's only so much they can actually say. I just want to say that. But I got to get ready to go, y'all, because my whole family is in here, and like I said, my children started back school, so I got to help out with homework and just get everything together. I haven't, you know, talked to my husband since he been home. Malika, I listen to your lives all the time, and I think I came into this one late, and I don't remember if you said anything about this, but do you believe Kenneka was a setup queen? I don't believe she was a setup queen at all. I don't believe she was a setup queen. I don't believe nobody had proof that she was a setup queen. I think a lot of lies, I'm going to say this and I'm going to get ready to go, y'all, for real. I know I always say that, but I got to get to my family. But I think a lot of lies went out about Kenneka. If you can remember in the beginning, Lenora made a comment like, my sister wasn't selling no stuff. We didn't even know in the beginning anything about no rumors about Kenneka was selling no stuff. So evidently they had put that out there. You know, she heard that. I guess that was going out, you know, because of what her friends do. Me, myself personally, following Kenneka and reading Kenneka and just really feeling connected to her, I really think the life that she was more in was really selling drugs. I think she was more in that life where she was probably selling pills. And you know how she kept her little fanny pack on her? I think Kenneka made a lot of money because she was probably selling weed, selling pills, but selling drugs. I just don't feel like she was prostituting, and I haven't seen any proof that she was prostituting, and I have not seen any proof that she was setting people up. So I really don't believe that she was a setup queen. And it's kind of hard for you to be a setup queen, but being able, like Zach, to be able to bounce from city to city, and from and it wasn't like she just, don't get me wrong, it wasn't like she just hung, you know, with the Vice and they ops and going back and forth. No, Kenneka literally hung with some of everybody. She was friends with Kenneth Tart and Rashawn Mitchell and the BDs. She was friends with a lot of the GDs, Nikita and her friends. She was friends with the Breeze. She had friends in every single circle. So you talking about being a setup artist, that would be dangerous as heck, because you in every circle. I don't think she was messy like that. I think she was very smart, much smarter than that. And I think Kenneka kept a lot of smarts, or felt like she probably had more smarts on her when it came to the game, because of who her people was, because of who her mama and her daddy was. You know, if you read her old tweets and stuff like that, you know, she kicked that stuff. The girl was very smart, you know, and she was about that gang life. So I really don't believe she was a snitch. She was about that gang life. Okay, just kind of put y'all mindsets here. If you had a daddy growing up, and let's just say you the daughter of Larry Hoover, I'm not saying her daddy is a Larry Hoover, but her daddy at that time was the man in his time, you know. So just saying that you grew up and your daddy was a Larry Hoover or your daddy was Big Meech. You ain't about to grow up no punk. You ain't about to grow up snitching. Those are the kids that know better. Those are the kids that's about that life. They normally carry the torch. They normally try to finish where their parents left off at. They normally try to carry the legacy and carry the name. That girl was way more smarter than that. I'm telling y'all, that girl was not no setup queen. That girl, she was doing anything. She was selling some dope. She was getting money. Girls was hating on her. That all the dudes wanted to screw her. And I think she only messed with who she messed with and probably didn't mess with many. And I do believe she did have this. And I didn't want to speak on this because I didn't even want to face it. But I do believe that she might have had some type of relationships, or not even relationships, but some type of comfort when she hung with her boys, her cousins, her boy cousins, her boy side of the family. It was like, I think she just really messed with them. And I'm not talking about like sexually. I'm just like far as like, you know, really just hanging with her family and stuff and with her boy cousins. I don't know, like really feeling comfortable with them. I don't really think that she was like a bounce around type of girl, you know, from dude to dude. I don't feel like that. So I think a lot of stuff that we was hearing was a lot of false rumors and stuff that people was putting out there. And I think she have done some joking videos and said some stuff on live that came back and bit her in the butt, you know, because she didn't know at the time when she said it, she was going to end up dying and a million people was going to end up watching it, you know. So, but I think that she was really one of them girls. They had a lot of boy cousins and she probably hung in the crowd with the boys. She probably, you know, sold dope with the boys, you know, all the boys and the boy cousins, everybody wanted to hit her. You see what I'm saying? I just don't, but nothing about Kenneka gives me she was in circles setting people up. I think she would have been gone and probably been gone with a bullet to the head and nobody would have known who did it out of each circle. You get what I'm saying? Like nobody, it was easy for me to pinpoint all this on the Vice Lords because for one, we know that these circles don't get along. These circles have not got along in years. You know what I'm saying? Since they had leaders to actually bring them together for political purposes. But these gangs don't get along. They at war with each other, you know. So there's a lot of stuff about her case that really made us know that, okay, this is a Vice Lord setup. But I definitely don't believe that they set her up because of her being a setup queen. I feel like if she did that, she would have got killed on the streets. Or if it had something to do with some kind of snitching, she would have got, and to everybody else, it would have been justifiable. Because, you know, everybody know you don't snitch. But I think that a lot of people, they moved the way they moved because they knew that they was wrong. They knew that it was people that did not even probably want to play along. But they had no choice. They're part of this game. They're part of this set. You know, like when the old boy he say when he call a huddle, that's what it is, you know. So you have certain leaders that call a huddle and say this is what it's gonna be and this is what we gonna do, yada yada yada. And if they are part of gang, they have to fall in line, or you know, be at risk of that happening to them. Which is, I think that was in the case of probably Shamaya, like I had to do something to really save my own life, and maybe in the case of Monifa, you know, I had to fall in line, or they could have got me too, if y'all get what I'm saying. Just for me not being loyal to the gang would be a reason for them to set my ass up. Excuse me, Lord. But you know, and they would probably feel like if they set her up, who's to say they wouldn't turn around and set me up? You guys get what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, this is hood stuff. We just got to make it make sense because it happened outside of the hood. It's still hood stuff. I'm telling y'all. But if it would have been the fact that she was just, you know, bouncing from you know, click to click, setting people up, she could have got gunned down in the streets and would nobody know who did what. You know what I'm saying? Anybody could have rolled up on her in the hood, a GD, a BD, anybody. But at that party, it was all Vice Lords. Why is that? You see what I'm saying? Because evidently the Vice Lords had something against her, not everybody else. It's not a gang gang. It's called blackface. That's just what I was calling it, just because that's what they call it. Just being funny. Melvin was an American gangster. Yeah, her uncle was a gangster. Her uncle was a leader of the Breeds. And that kind of stood out to me too. Like her uncle was the leader of the Breeds. Her daddy was the leader of the Four Corner Hustlers. And I don't understand how that mix even happened with Teresa and her daddy. I'm like, how did that even happen? But I'm assuming, I mean, just for me assuming, I don't know. I'm assuming that probably happened during the time where they were actually aligned together, you know, where the Foes and the Breeds actually aligned together. Because it was one point where they had leadership and they were aligned together. And I believe, I don't want to go off into it because I don't know, but they were aligned together at one point. So maybe that's when Teresa actually met her daddy and they got together. I don't know. But that just seemed crazy to me that uncle and mama, you know, are high-ranking Breeds, and daddy is a high-ranking vice lord or Four Corner Hustler, same thing. Like that really stood out to me. Okay, I'm gonna answer this and then I'm gonna go bombshell. I get to my family. I'm gonna ask you something. Say P. Rico gave her some money and she took off with it and didn't give it to him or spent it herself. She'd be killed for that. Huh? Why P. Rico? Do you mean Rico or you meant P. Rico? Or you mean her ex-boyfriend Rico? Because I don't think P. Rico got anything to do with this but the fact that he just attention whore. The P. Rico. Or you must mean Rico. I don't know, but word on the curb is, oh, Uncle Melvin is back and moving in the shadows. Yeah, that's what we heard, CEO. That's what somebody actually brought that to me before, but couldn't prove that at all that he was back. We didn't see a death record or anything like that on him. And actually following him, the last place I actually seen that he was at was in prison. And I remember one of my truth seekers was saying, well, okay, we had located a Melvin that was in Atlanta. Okay. And so they was really believing strong that this, you know, in Atlanta could actually be, you know, Teresa brother Melvin. And, you know, they was probably moving at this time. People was just, you know, dying and falling after this. So they was believing that, you know, it could have been Melvin behind the scenes. But the last time I actually could pinpoint Melvin's whereabouts, he was locked up. He was in prison. So for me, I felt like there was a possibility that the man could have died in prison. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody has solid proof that that was actually him, and I know what you're talking about because we actually discussed this a while back. But they actually have proof that he is still alive and he is out and he moving. You know, that's huge. You know what I'm saying? Like that's huge. But me myself personally, when we was following that trail right there, all I can really say is the man could have died in prison because we know the last time we actually known about Melvin, he was arrested and he spent some time in prison. But like I said, we did find a Melvin in Atlanta, who I think that one of my truth seekers was looking into this, who I think that they found out or they believed to be related to Teresa, or maybe did a background check and found out they was related to Teresa. I don't know, but it's still in the air because we really, you know, we don't know. And if he moving in secret, we really don't know. You know. Okay, you talking about Rico. Okay, so you said, let me ask you something. Say Rico gave her some money and she took off with it and didn't give it to him or spent it on herself. She'd be killed for that. I don't think it was just the money. And I think that's what people was kind of, you know, because I did that video, people think that I just felt like it was over money. I don't feel like Kanika was just killed for money. First of all, I feel like Kanika was selling drugs and she was making that money for him. You know what I'm saying? If you see her, a lot of girls carry their fanny packs and they on the corner because they got dope in there or pills or whatever the case may be. And I'm talking about in the hoods, okay? I ain't talking about the girls in Hollywood that be on Sunset Boulevard, okay? I'm trying to school y'all on something. So I believe, yeah, she was rolling for him. You know, I showed y'all all the proof in the world. I showed y'all all the pictures, all the statuses. He dropped everything. When he went to prison, he had it on, he had it made. He was on top. He had shoebox full of money. He had not only just money, but he also had drugs in there too. He had pills. He had, you know, all this other stuff, dope, you know, all kind of stuff. And remember, they moving a lot of weight. They moving a lot of heroin weight through Chicago. And they also moving a lot of pills through Chicago. These are the two most big things that they pushing through Chicago, pills and heroin. So we do know that she was with her man, and she was at one point the Bonnie to his Clyde, I guess you can say. You know, and when he got locked up, I think her downfall was not really holding him down and maybe sending him the money or maybe whatever, but you know, not really holding him down, but spending the money and doing whatever she wanted to do with it. But I don't think it was just the money. I think it's the fact that she betrayed her people. She, you know, now she back hanging out with the Breeze and spending nigga money like it's her own. And now she over there seen at the party. And remember, she was just seen a week before at the party with Kenneth Tartnam. They hate the BDs. That's unloyal. I think it was a lot of factors that made them want to make Kenneka a target, you know. But as far as the money thing, I don't think it was just money that she took. I think it was money and drugs, you know, that she took. I think she took the whole little work, and she was just doing her. On top of that, being seen, you know, on live, or being seen, you know, hanging with their ops. So you have to look at the big picture, look at everything. Like, you know, boy goes to jail. He leave his work, he leave his money, everything. Girl don't hold him down. Girl go run and go start messing with his op, which is tax-free. A whole separate clique that they don't mess with. Girl start messing with his op. Girl spending the money. She's selling the dope. She whatever. You see what I'm saying? It's a combination of stuff. And then I'm pretty sure at that point she was actually a flip-flopper because she had already flipped from one gang to the other. So now you a flip-flopper, if that's how you say it. So I think it was a combination of stuff. I don't think it was just because she took Rico money. I think she took Rico money and she took the dope, and it kind of they do things as a game. You know, everybody, you know, so everybody can eat. They give everybody some work, or everybody I don't know how they do it. I don't know if they make them buy when I say work, I mean drugs. I don't know if they make everybody bad or how they do it there. They do everything as a gang, and it's all like collectively in a pot. You know, so I don't know if Kenneka screwed up the set's money, and in turn the set have to pay that money to their people. And they people is Mike, you know, the ones that's keeping the vice lords fed. They the ones with the front spots, like the car wash, the ones with the laundry mats. They, you know what I'm saying? So it's Mike, the Chester Mob, some of the Chester Mob boys I pointed out to y'all. You know, they the ones that they gotta give their money to for the work. The Chester Mob guys, and ultimately who they getting their work and their money from? The Mexicans. Are y'all feeling me? I'm showing y'all the connection. I'm showing y'all the set. And that's that. You know what I'm saying? So they getting their money. They getting how can I say it? They products. They getting their products from the Mexicans. So in turn, even though Kenneka stole from Rico, I believe they made her pay for their loss with the Mexicans, even though it probably wasn't all her loss. You see what I'm saying? But they made her pay for it, because even though she took the money from Rico, the money that she took from Rico was the set's money that was owed to, or was supposed to be given to Mike, which I told y'all Peasy and Dorian are the collectors of that set. They the ones go collect the monies from the smaller sets, Peasy and Dorian. That's why they the ones that Zach interviewed. Okay, I'm trying not to confuse nobody. If I'm confusing y'all, drop me a 2. But anyway, so trying to confuse nobody. So yeah, that's all I'm saying. She, you know, she actually, so even though she kind of bit, you know, the hand that fed her when it came to Rico, that money that Rico getting, them drugs and stuff he getting is coming from Mike now. That's who his connect is. That's who his dog is. Who he getting his stuff from. Mike them getting their stuff to even feed the sets from the Mexicans. You get what I'm saying? So they literally ended up turning her over to the Mexicans at the end of the day. Now, I think I've explained every single thing it was to explain. And I know I have not been working on this case or staring for a long time. I have not been staring at videos for a long time. And I just know what I know. I mean, seriously, like God wanted this information to get out, and it's out. So at this point, everybody can just kind of go behind me, fact check, read, pray, whatever you want to do, so you can understand what's going on. But I'm telling you, although it happened in the hotel, it's still hood. It's still a hood thing. Me and my girls just set some dudes up at the hotel before, but don't get it twisted. It was still a hood type of thing, a hood setup. We just chose to do it at the casino with the hotel, because that way he can go up there and he can make some money, or he can hit on the craps table, come back down, and we rob him at the hotel. You see what I'm saying? So we have done stick-ups before. I hate to say it, but I mean, it's true. I got a pass. What the hell? At hotels before. But at the end of the day, it's still a hood type of setup, So I just wanted to tell y'all that. And that's the reason why I was probably able to call it out. But I do got to get to my family, y'all. Tyrolin is Beatty, but his family, Tyrolin is Beatty, but he's from Cabrini Greens, and his family, he is from like the GD family and stuff like that. Not Beatty, I'm sorry. He Renegade. That's how y'all know I'm tired, and I gotta eat something. I know I gotta wait till 10 o'clock, but I'm a little weak. But Tyrolin is Renegade. He's Renegade, but his family, he come from a GD family, and his family, he had family that was BDs, and I guess when he broke the trays and he basically disrespected the BDs, that shows us right there he don't really have love for him. You don't even have to have love for your family if you and your family in two different gangs and sets. So he don't really have no kind of love or no relationship with the BDs. He Renegade, so he kill anybody. Everybody killer. He can be anybody's ops, and he can be anybody's alliance. So, but I gotta get out of here. Oh yeah, it's way more than the GD, BDs, and the Vice Lords. It's more than just them. Then you got to think about it. You got factions under them of sets. So you have the main umbrellas. Then you also have the Latino Vice Lords too, which I believe they have the Mexican connects. They all are the Mexican connects. They connected to the Latino Vice Lords too. You can just read some of their statuses when they be talking about they Mexican connects and the Mexicans on the pull up. Like for me, that don't go over my head. If I read a status and a dude like the Mexicans on the pull up, I'm like, oh, they connected. He didn't came and brought them some fire. Like it didn't go over my head. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to translate to y'all if they got to hook up and to connect with the Mexicans. A lot of them are the Latin Vice Lords or Latino Vice Lords, whatever you call them. And that's just me from gathering stuff from being nosy. But I gotta get out of here. Yeah, he an EBK, everybody killer. Yeah, that's what a renegade is. So he can be really, but his family was BDs, and I think we found out he had some GDs. I think his dad was a GD, but we know that what is the guy named Charles Dorsey? Them, they were GDs. So his dad's family and friends and stuff like that was GDs growing up in Cabrini Greens apartments or projects. So, but he don't classify himself, Tyrolin, I'm talking about, he don't classify himself as one of the other. He classified himself as a renegade. I think he just one of them wild guys that you have to really be scared of out there, because he'll kill anybody. No, I don't. I've never blamed the GDs or the BDs, the Carter family. I think I was pretty much the only one that came out saying that they had nothing to do with this as far as Kanika's case. I'm not going to sit up here and praise them and say that they are something that they not. I'm not going to give them no halo and put no wings on their backs. I'm not going to do that. But what I can do is be honest when it comes to me speaking on Kanika's case. I think I've pretty much spoke out and told you guys and really cleared. They did a fantastic job clearing their name. I don't believe the BDs or the GDs had nothing to do. Well, I ain't gonna say the GDs because there was some GDs there, but what I'm gonna say is, as collectively as a gang, I don't think that the BDs plotted on Kanika. I don't think the Breeds plotted on Kanika. I've already told y'all where I stand and who I feel like is involved in it, and I believe that Tanisha, and she's crazy crew, so she's like her brother Tat. Anybody hang with anybody. Anybody can be her ops. So I believe Tanisha have girls that was there that was GDs. So I believe there was some GDs there, and we know that Teresa claimed she, you know, Kenneka had some cousins that was GDs that was there, you know, but I believe she sent some boys there that was GDs. But at the end of the day, I don't put the setup off on any of them. Any of them. No other ones but the Vice Lords, because you got what, 30-something Vice Lords and 5 GDs. So, but I know I've actually cleared their names myself, myself personally. I don't know what everybody else done. If everybody else had told they subs, like, look, they was not there. They were thrown under the bus, but I did. I made that known. There was a lot of effery going on and with this case, and a lot of people being thrown under the bus, you know, and was not there. I've made that known in the very beginning. I'm part of the Black Mafia family. Okay, that's what's up. But I know one thing. They won't even acknowledge that. They won't even say, they won't even acknowledge that. You got to be careful because you don't know who you know or who may know you. But GD and BD is the biggest gang in Chicago, right? No, GD is GD and Vice Lords. Vice Lords is number 2, and I think GDs might be number 1. I'm not sure which one is number 1 because when I look up that stuff and research, I'm mostly looking into the Vice. You know what I'm saying? When I started looking into gangs and Chicago gangs and stuff like that, I was looking into the Vice because those are the last people that was with Kenneka that she hung with, that was last seen with her. So I can tell you that the Vice Lords are the number 2 largest gang in Chicago. And I believe the GDs are number 1. I'm not sure. But I got to get out of here, you guys, and get to my family. And I just want to say I love you guys. For those that's the biggest, every time I get ready to get off, I see something that I want to respond to. The biggest B is for bank. Right. And which is hold on, how did he say it? We actually figured out what Taz said when he actually said that. He said something, the biggest be here repping for bank. I don't know. I got to go back and watch that part again. But we figured out what he was actually saying and what he actually meant. I know he was repping his brother Bankhead. I do know that, but we actually had figured out what he meant when he said that, but I can't think about that now because it was a while ago when we was looking at that portion and wondering why he said that, because at the same time he was breaking trades. At the same time he was dissing the BDs. You know what I'm saying? So we was trying to figure out exactly what he was saying. And I'm not sure if Bankhead was the BD. I did look into Bankhead, but I really don't remember, you know, if he was, but I don't know. You said we is your family, Malika. I know, and I love y'all so much too. Much love for your channel. We need you because I see you care. I care very much, Carter. I care very much. And I will take the time to come on more often and talk to you guys. Like I said, sometimes I just feel like it's just they making a circus out of this case and they not making sense of it. And you know, and it's frustrating sometimes. And I know I can't go on YouTube beating everybody up and I can't cuss everybody out. So it's kind of like for me, I just try to not see it. You know what I'm saying? Try to get away from it. Because I know it's something that I can't prevent from happening. Like people is grown. They gonna do what they want to do, you know, and nobody have to respect me because they don't even respect Kenneka. And that's the reason why we all here gathered today. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm just like, I don't want to see this stuff. Like, I know y'all playing games with this girl case. I know y'all playing games with all this crazy information y'all claim y'all seeing. I know y'all doing that. And I can't stop y'all. I can't prevent y'all from doing what y'all doing. Although I want to go knock on people's doors, beat people up, or whatever, I can't. So at the end of the day, I'm just not even going to tune in. You know, I'm just not even going to come on YouTube. So that's kind of like the attitude that I had. And I'm like, I just don't want to see it. You know, I don't want to see the shenanigans. I don't want to hear about it, you know. And I think I got such a good family here with y'all that y'all don't even send me no crazy stuff. When people send me something, it's because it's really some truth to it and they really feel strongly about it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really throw distractions my way no more. You know, I got some real people, and I think people have heard me from the very beginning, and they realize that I can discern a distraction from a mile away. I don't really get them no more. I get real genuine people messaging me like, check this out, you know. So I don't need to go on YouTube and be a part of the shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? If it's something that's real out there and it's really good and it's, you know, believable and you know, so then I'll actually go on a page or a channel and I'll look at it. But other than that, I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear about it, and I don't want to gossip about it. Let them do that. Because they got a fan base and people is loving it because they just want to fix. They just want to come on and hear something. They just want to be fed for the day. Even if it's a belly full of lies, they just want to be fed. So I'm, you know, I'm like, I can come out the, you know, out the blue, like, well, here, try this, taste this. They gonna still spit it out because they so used to eating plastic and calling it steak. So they used to that fake stuff. They not used to the real stuff. So I only deal with real people. I ain't got time to even be entertaining no fake people. I don't. I can't stand fake people. Y'all like, I don't do fake well. I just do not do fake well. And since there's so much fakeness on YouTube, I can't come around like that. I'm one of the people that would just drop through, fall through, just say what's up. But I cannot stick around because I am allergic to fake. And I spend so much time on YouTube, aside from y'all, I get sick. I'm allergic to it. So aside from me talking to y'all on here, I try not to even come on. Unless, like I said, unless I'm listening to me some gospel, listen to me some music or whatever, and that's it. All right, y'all, I gotta go, but I'll definitely come back and we'll definitely have that conversation. Like I said, we're gonna look at some of these old footages, and we're gonna try to really get a handle on these dates, y'all. It's enough of going back and forth like the 6 to 7, 6 7. We're gonna make it make sense. We're gonna really try to get a handle on these dates. We're gonna really look and say, okay, was the 6th, was she actually there? Was it an actual party? You know, was she there for days or was she just there for one day? We're gonna really get a handle of all of this stuff. You know, watch some old videos, just make a day of it. Real soon though. But I'm gonna keep going through my fast. You guys continue to pray for me. Continue to pray that God give me revelations, that He make me bring those questions to light, you know, so I can ask you guys them questions and we can get to searching and looking. You know, continue to pray for peace over me, you know, and pray my strength that I can, you know, that I'll go through. I know I'm gonna go through it in the end, but just pray my strength that I can actually make it to the end. And pray for justice for Kanika, as always. I love you guys. I'm going to go ahead and tend to my family. You guys be blessed. And you guys, please know I'm keeping y'all in prayer. I'm definitely in here fighting. We're going through a spiritual warfare, and I'm fighting with y'all. Y'all are not alone. Okay? And for all my people that's fasting, get through it. Get to this. It's our last week, you guys. So we almost made it through our 40 days. Keep it up. It's almost over. Okay? All right. Love y'all.